We're back. Okay. Brand new stream, guys. It's fine. It's not like I pay hundreds of dollars a month for this internet service. No, I can just cut out whenever they feel like it. It's cool. It's
I'm
cool.
still not seeing it on YouTube.
It just came up on me.
Okay.
Oh, there it is.
Okay, cool.
Part 8, Part 2.
Okay, let me get the link and post it in the Discord so that people don't get confused. Oh, thanks,
Hey,
Spectrum.
I used to work for those a-holes.
It's your fault.
Hey, hold
Yeah.
on.
You did this.
Yup.
You broke my heart.
Achy breaky heart.
Okay, internet's back, unfortunately. Okay, where the hell were we?
Gareth needs to go
Wanted a
shopping.
suit.
Okay, yes.
Okay.
I had
We were going into town to do a little shopping.
okay. Going into town to do a little shopping. Okay. So, yes, you successfully this wasn't a challenge. You guys exit the ship and are able to get yourselves a rental car and head out into town. I assume you're going together.
Yes.
Correct.
Okay. So, who's driving?
Oh my God, Bear's driving.
How can that be?
About to
Sorry.
say,
Never
I was about to
change.
say, if Gareth is playing the part of the bodyguard, is he also the chauffeur?
I don't know. That's up for you guys to
That's
decide.
up to you guys, yeah.
Well,
Are we gonna be-
about to say, shouldn't he practice driving a bit because he's probably a little rusty with conventional vehicles?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hudson will pay to buy the chauffeur's hat for him.
He's gonna be Kato.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Ask
Dylan
Mr.
Olsen
Britt.
and Mitchell.
All right. If you want to
Mitchell.
give me, oh shit. Do you have any applicable skills?
First of all, I need to get back into the server. I just realized I forgot to do that. My bad.
Yeah, you're not the only one.
Okay. Applicable
Alright.
skills.
There we go.
Okay,
Keep
so
your head on.
what?
I'm coming.
Well, piloting is a reflex check, so no. But I don't have it for conventional. I have it for mechs. So I guess it'd just be a 6.
Yeah. Do clan mech warriors actually like take driver's ed?
Probably not.
Yeah, I think they have like labor cast people to drive them up. I'm gonna say,
It's-
for
I
the
think
sake
it's
of
one of those things like-
funny, that you actually don't know how to drive a car,
Oh boy.
because that would be hilarious.
Exactly. He looks at this. He's like,
So you guys go out, and Val kind of assumes that you're gonna head for the driver's seat, and you don't, and there is an awkward pause as you both head for the passenger seat.
Do I need to drive?
Please.
Okay.
please
Sure.
do.
Oh, Ethan, you
All
going
right.
with them?
Yeah, I'm going with them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I need to get a proper secretary outfit and maybe also go clothes shopping because how often are you
Well,
going to do that on Creatus
and
Spaces?
If there's like,
Saying, you
if
know,
there's like a whole shopping trip happening, I might actually be getting in on this.
I say yeah. That's Val could get herself like a nice silk kimono.
Okay, are you guys all going shopping?
I'm not.
Okay, Zach
Zach's
is
the
staying
only one
behind.
not going.
So everybody who wants to
Okay.
go shopping is gonna go shopping so that we don't have to juggle everybody.
Sure.
Yeah, right.
All right, Zach will stay behind, and Val will drive us to the spaceport mall, emporium, duty free zone. I'm sure they have tons of them.
Pier 1 Imports.
Oh God.
Place got everything.
This place got everything.
That's if
Finally got
Gareth
some-
is driving.
Yeah, you guys like Gareth Drive, and it's just the mall scene from the Blues Brothers.
With all the police cars chasing us. Yeah.
Yep.
Squad.
You want out of this parking lot? All right. Okay, so yes, you guys get to the shopping center. For the sake of convenience, we'll say they've got a rather large shopping mall here.
Mm-hmm.
It's got everything.
Okay. Yeah, I suppose we probably don't want to go off by ourselves. So, yeah, pair up. Or at least go as a group.
Okay.
Does anyone here speak Japanese?
I learned a phrase or two, but that's about it.
Would they have things in English for visitors, or?
You notice that
Especially around
most of the
spaceport.
signs are in English, though a lot of the shop names are written in kanji.
Okay. Well, I guess, hey, part of the fun is window shopping, right?
Yes.
Just do not be shocked if we end up having to pay the Gaijin tax.
Where did you learn what a gaijin is?
Hold on, Oswald. What button are you pressing to flip it upside down like that?
Center mouse button.
Middle mouse. Oh, really?
The scroll button. Press it. Yeah.
Okay.
So the button F will
To,
do it.
to-
Oh, shit,
To,
okay.
to answer Hudson's question, Gareth pulls out the Japanese to English dictionary that he bought in Outreach.
Ah. That both explains things and raises more questions.
That just raises more questions.
What are the questions?
What does Gareth do that doesn't raise further questions? I mean, honestly.
I don't know, but that just raises further questions.
Yep.
And you make a point there.
All right.
So, okay.
So who's
We're
going
gonna
where?
go window shopping. Well, we're going clothes shopping. So, if there's a section of the mall area that has that, yeah, I'm sure we could track it down.
Oh, okay, the first question is: am I going to rent a suit, or are we buying one, or are we going to a tailor to have one made?
We're buying you a cheap off the rack Men in Black suit.
That sounds about right.
We
Like,
go
you are
to
corporal
Men's Warehouse.
What house it is?
You're going to like the way you look. We guarantee it.
Oh boy.
Eh.
Your satisfaction with your suit will be guaranteed, or shame upon our family.
I love that we're doing this when Japanese players are discovering BattleTech.
Sorry. Hey, just wait for when when Canopian BattleTech players discover this stream and realize how bigoted you all are. Never mind.
Whoa!
And proud of it.
Tell us how you really feel, Liz.
I'm teasing.
She is right, though. Anyway, all right.
But yeah.
So we're starting off with the suit for Gareth then.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay. So you approach the men's warehouse and enter, and a rather short Asiatic gentleman comes up, rubbing his hands together, bowing repeatedly, babbling at you in a language that none of you understand, very politely ushering you in, and points at each of you in turn with a sort of a questioning look on his face.
Oh, I know pushy salesman well enough. I point at Gareth and sort of nod in his direction.
He smiles a very exaggerated smile. He goes, "Ah!" and goes up and grabs Gareth by the elbow and the wrist and starts pulling him toward the center of the shop. Before you even really know what's happening, he's going around you. He's lifting up your arms. He's got his little tape measure out, and he's wrapping it around you in ways that you didn't even know you could be wrapped up. You're starting to wonder if this is if this is like one of your Japanese animes. I forget what the
One of
actual.
my Japanese anime.
I don't remember what the term is for the Japanese bondage thing. But anyway,
Shibari.
shibari. Yeah. So after a couple minutes of this, he kind of looks at you and goes,
Oh, you fat fuck.
Oh my god, that was perfect.
"Woohoo!"
No. We weren't
Did
expecting
we kill
that.
Zero?
So he looks at you. He actually like takes your face in his hands and like tilts your face down to look at him for a moment, and stares very deeply into your eyes.
This took a turn.
After a very awkward second of that, he releases your face and then goes ah, and walks off to one side, and comes back with a dark forest green suit that he then presses into Gareth's hands and starts pushing him in the direction of the changing room. You try.
I kind of give Ethan a side eye and say, "Is dark green going to work?"
Gareth
The
just
funny thing-
quietly nods and steps into the changing room as he
Brand recognition.
as he asks himself how he ended up in this mess.
Yeah, that's me right there. I bet you're wondering how I got into this mess.
So after a few minutes, he manages to get it on. I assume it's about the right size.
It fits you like a glove. This guy's good. He found you just the right combination of sizes.
Yeah, so he spends a moment looking at himself in the mirror before coming back out and asks the others, "How do I look?"
You see a very surprisingly handsome Gareth Chistu come out of the changing room.
It may need something here.
The salesman
look for,
kind of
like,
walks
just
up and he pulls out his hands, like indicating Gareth. Goes, huh? You buy. He's good. Look handsomer. Handsomer.
It needs something. Just a moment here, and I assume there's a rack of sunglasses somewhere nearby.
Yeah. I'll say that there's sunglasses nearby. They're kind of so. This is a fancy clothes store, and there's like a rack off to one side that's kind of there out of obligation. And as you walk toward it, you see the salesman's grin kind of like it go from very enthusiastic to very, very fake. You are causing him pain.
Yeah, I didn't know.
I get like a pair of probably 2 large aviators off of that. Come back, put them on Gareth's face. Say, now we're getting somewhere.
The tag on the sunglasses is dangling over his nose, but other than that, he kind of looks the part, though the suit is green.
A dark green, but green.
It's like a
I kinda look
forest
at
green.
Ethan and say,
So we're talking like World War II era army dress uniform green here?
Kind of a little, like maybe a shade brighter.
Main game warden truck green.
Yes. Yeah,
That is a very specific, legally distinct green color.
it is. It actually is.
Yeah.
Well, Gareth has no complaints.
Does anyone
I
else
kinda
have
look
any
sideways
complaints?
at Ethan and say, I'm looking sideways at Ethan and saying, I mean, green's definitely his color, but what do you think?
Works. He's got the cheekbones for it.
Just saying.
You like the suit?
Yeah.
I don't know why I gave him an Italian
Yeah.
thing there. You like the suit? You like the suit.
He's two-thirds of the Axis powers.
He-
2 out of 3 ain't bad.
He says, "Father Japanese, very quiet. Mother Italian, never shut up." I get the accent from her.
All right. How much?
And he kind of goes over and starts running some tabulations. By the end of this, you're looking at around 1,000 sea bills for this suit.
Holy shit!
1,005
Alright.
for the sunglasses.
Yeah, I'll
I'm
shell it
guessing
out.
there's-
I'm gonna
Guessing
shell.
there's the
I was going to joke.
I'm gonna shell it out.
$400,000.
Yeah, I'm gonna shell it. I'm gonna pay him 1,200 just for the express prompt service.
Oh, many thanks.
Domo arigato.
Mr. Roboto.
The smile that he's wearing becomes very strained. I
Your accent is atrocious.
Yeah.
as you guys leave the store, you can hear that he's kind of muttering something under his breath, and then he looks down at the wad of sea bills in his hand and just kind of shrugs.
Gareth just
A
kind of
20's a 20.
Gareth gives Ethan a side eye and just says, "Domo arigato." What was that?
I am not gay, but 20 sea bills is 20 sea bills.
It's how you say thank you in Japanese.
With that accent?
Gareth, you don't
As
know
much as
anything
it-
about how Japanese is supposed to be pronounced.
He knows just enough to know that that is not how it's supposed to sound.
Okay, all right. But I am
That's
saying you are in
accurate.
no position to criticize someone else's Japanese, given your kerfuffle with the manual.
All right. So when we do that, I'm gonna try and find like a telecommunications hub or something,
Okay.
and I am going to write up a cover letter and transmit it to the Fukushima offices.
Okay. In this mall, there is one booth. It is occupied when you get to it.
Okay.
James is in it.
Yo,
Hey.
Jimmy Jam, let me know when you're done.
He kind of looks back at you, kind of puts his hand over the receiver and goes, "Yeah, sorry, it might be a little bit."
Okay.
Did you fall in?
Hi, Zach.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's like
Ethan, do we have-
I'm on the phone with my daughter.
Oh, hey, say hi.
Yeah, I will. But well, it's gonna be a few minutes.
Okay. I'm
Ethan, do we
gonna
have
go.
names? Do we have cover names we're going to use?
Shit. we need legends. We do need that. Yes.
Sand pebbles, we are not.
Gareth is now
Since-
Mr. Green, I guess.
Works for me.
I'm
I
gonna
was
go
gonna see
home
if
and
there's a
sleep
place
with
we-
my wife.
Very funny.
I was going to see if I can find a place we can get to, I don't know, a dozen odd business cards printed very quickly.
Okay.
Like I'm a plant. I thought the term for men like you was fruit.
Japan has those all-night business card things concerns because
Yeah.
they take the business cards very seriously. We had to use that service.
It's not that easy, Mean Green. Okay, so you're looking for a place that does business cards. I'm gonna say you can find a place that'll do that for you here.
Yep.
You're gonna want to know what name you're putting on it before you go there.
We're gonna
Yes,
go
I know.
with
Please not a pun, please not a pun.
El Conto Priccolini.
Chuck Finley.
Chuck Finley.
Yes, Chuck Finley.
I know the reference. Yeah, it could work.
It could be worse.
Charles
I thought one of you
W.
guys were gonna say like
Esquire.
Dunder Mifflin or something.
Mm,
No, Chuck Finley is a thing. It is.
Chuck
Yeah,
Finley
yeah.
is something.
Guy incognito.
let's Let's break that to a little more formal. Charles Finley Esquire should work.
Yeah.
I am poop.
Anyway,
And
yeah,
his,
order a pack of business cards for that.
Okay. It takes them about 15 minutes. They go through. These people actually speak English, so it's not a challenge. But you go through and they hammer out a design with you, and they print off some cards and pass them to you. 10 C bills.
all I'm
Alright,
thinking is the business card scene from American Psycho.
Yes. My God, it even has a watermark.
We can just spring for the watermark.
I'm absolutely spring for the watermark.
15 C bills.
Okay then. You know, I'm paying that out of my own pocket here.
Yeah,
Screw it.
okay, go for it.
There we go. 15 sea bills. Yay.
Okay. So you guys have that taken care of. By the time you get that done, James has finished with his call, and he happily smiles and waves at you as he heads back to the ship. He is beaming.
Oh boy.
Aw.
You've never seen this man look this happy since you've known him.
Everything go all right there, James?
Yeah, she's excited that we're probably gonna see each other pretty soon.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Is she going to Outreach, or are you going to Russellhig, or how does that work?
We're gonna meet halfway. So they're gonna
Okay.
transport her to fuck, I can never remember the planet's name. Give me a second. I have to look it up. Orestes, that's it. Yeah, they'll transport her as far as Orestes, if I can make it there.
I kind of glance at Ethan and say, I'm sure we'll make sure you get there.
Thanks, I appreciate that. And, I'd get there one way or the other, I'll tell you that.
Yep.
Oh, we'll focus on getting you there on time and in one piece.
I appreciate it. Just a matter of waiting now.
That is
Anyway,
one of the
I
more
won't hold
difficult
you
things
guys
to
up.
do.
You guys look like you're pretty busy. I'll see you guys back on the ship.
Yep.
Excellent.
Val
I-
is
I'm
also
gonna-
going to get her outfit out just as to kind of get that squared away.
Okay, so yeah, you go to a place. This is a different sort of establishment from the suit place. This one is run by I would describe it as a gaggle of Asian ladies.
Okay.
Were they like the Fruit of the Loom ladies or something?
So when you walk into this shop, the ladies kind of grab you and drag you in, and then form a
That-
physical barricade at the entrance, and they will not allow the men inside.
Okay.
So
Learning so many things today.
there
Look,
is
Bill,
all manner of different outfits in this place, but you kind of like start to reach out and point to them, but the ladies completely ignore your input, and you are subjected to a similar round of measurements that you saw
Okay.
Gareth being subjected to, and after a few
Except
minutes
no
of
one,
of
except
that,
no one calls her fat.
the ladies
What the
ladies
fuck?
not in
very
English anyway.
very animatedly babbling back and forth to each other,
Uh-huh.
giggling. They take your chest measurement and they all kind of go, "Whoa,
Oh.
Gojira.
oh, artificial boobies." But they ship you off into the dressing room with about 6 different outfits.
Okay.
One of them is a sort of business, a professional business outfit, but there's also a kimono among the ensemble, and then a few other nice, pretty dresses that
Okay.
they've selected. And pretty much all of them look great on you.
Okay. In that case, she's going to, yeah, of course, have the business outfit too. And I think she's going to choose a kimono because why not? And she'll probably also need help putting it on because she doesn't know how.
Okay.
how to tie the thing around the waist and all that other stuff.
All right. You're gonna ask one of the ladies to show you how.
Yeah, she'll kind of struggle with it and look at them, and I'm sure they'll. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, one of them checks up on you in the dressing room, and she kind of giggles as she watches you try to figure out how to put on the kimono, and
Yeah.
comes up and very
makes me
patiently
mad.
and very politely instructs you on how to properly wear the thing, and makes you
Okay.
practice a couple times just so that you get it down.
Okay.
Once she's satisfied, you look like you. Apart from your hairstyle, which is not done up, you look like
Yes.
you could pass for a Curitan with red hair.
Okay. Yeah.
Elaine Schlimazoo.
She's going to buy both then.
Okay. So, what they look slightly disappointed that you didn't get the whole ensemble, but they're happy to get what they did. So they bring you up to the counter, and it will run you 3,500 sea bills.
Oh gracious, that's a lot. Thank goodness I have lots of money.
You're also on the company's dime too.
Okay.
How much was it? Three grand?
30.
Company's gonna buy
3,500.
her kimono.
It's
Well,
for,
I'm guessing whatever secretary outfit she's got has very low cleavage.
This is operational support.
Okay.
No, they're modest outfits.
yeah.
They're flattering, but they're not like show off the boobs type outfits. These are
Okay.
traditional Curitan ladies.
Okay.
So you get up to the cash register, and the lady says, "That'll be $4. You want fries with that?
Okay.
Then
What?
That's a lot of nuts."
That's a lot of nuts.
All right.
But yeah, we'll make sure they're paid, and she'll bow and say arigato.
They kind of laugh at your pronunciation, but not nowhere near to the
Not
extent of the last salesman. You did a better job than saying "domo arigato." They look like they find it cute that you tried.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just being patronized. I'm not being insulted, so that's
Right.
good.
So you walk out, and one of them pulls out a phone and says, "He just left with nuts."
Domo Toshio-san.
And yeah, I think Val's just gonna wear the kimono because she has it on now. So she's just gonna walk up to the group and with her shopping bags.
All right. Gaskell points out, "Oh no, they just told a woman that all of this is paid for by the company. They gave her daddy's credit card."
Well, if that were the case, she would have
hell
bought
they
all
did.
of the outfits.
The hell they did.
Not that daddy. The sugar
They
daddy.
don't know that yet.
Anyway, yes, you rejoin the others who have been patiently waiting on a set of benches outside.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right, Hudson, did you have anything you wanted to do while shopping out here?
Nothing in particular, but probably buying clothes for myself as well, just as like a traditional thing I just do.
Okay,
And
what kind of
we
clothes?
don't have to go through a whole sequence like this. I can just
Yeah,
spend
we won't.
money and say
But like,
what
what kind of just for inventory purposes? What kind of clothes you getting?
Just basically another set of like nicer clothes, but more Curitan cut, I guess, more Curitan look, just in case.
Okay,
Yukata.
so yeah, we'll just say that you went through a similar rigmarole to Gareth and walked out with another $1,000 suit
All right,
or
I'll
1,000
just
sea
buy
bills.
it.
Excuse me.
Yeah, 1,000 sea bills. Yeah, I'll just pay for that myself. Why not?
Okay.
Yeah, you have no reason to get another one. At least not as far as the company's concerned.
Yes, but also, I'm rich. I buy stuff.
Yeah.
Gotta do something with all these sea bills.
Yeah, jeez.
Okay. So what
Also
are you
helps
guys
build
gonna
the
do
image of
next?
Being a... Also, let's just build the image of being a guy just throwing money around.
Yeah, fair enough. So what's the plan going now, guys?
Car rental or the limo rental, or is that already
Yes.
being handled?
James is
Yep.
taking care of that.
Okay.
Okay. So Ethan would have sent like their cover letter and all of their bona fides to Fukushima Industries.
Okay. You get more details on what kind of info you sent?
You know, the names, who they represent,
Why they
what
want to
they're
show up.
what they want to accomplish.
Okay. It takes. So I'm gonna say you guys probably head back to the ship in a few hours. You get confirmation they do want to meet with you, and they're willing to meet in 2 days. Coincidentally,
Okay.
right around the same time that your limo will be ready.
Okay, great.
Perfect. Good.
While this is going on, Zach's going to be in the cockpit of the Penetrator, training on it.
Okay. So everybody's back aboard the Armistead.
Yep.
Okay.
So who
All
wants
right.
to? Anyone have any plans?
The only thing that Val would do is probably walk through and look for Zach. Start with the cockpit and then work her way over to the mech bay.
Okay.
Oh, well, if she was looking for him in the, my guess is she was going to be looking for him in the Centurion, and then
Yeah.
is a little surprised when he pops out of the Penetrator.
Yeah. So you walk up to the Centurion and you find the hatch empty, and you hear a whistle from down below, and Annette kind of is waving at you, and she points over at the Penetrator.
Oh, okay. She'll give the thumbs up and make her way over.
Yeah, he's coming down the chain ladder.
Oswald, you all right? You're yawning a lot.
I'm sorry. I'm all right.
Okay. Just making
Got
sure.
the fetus.
But yeah, she'll kind of say, "Oh, hey, Zach, got a quick second?"
Yeah. What?
Um,
He's like wiping his, he's wiping his hands on like a towel he keeps on.
So she'll kind of lower her voice and say, "So, do we want to tell everybody after the mission about what we know now?"
I don't know why you want to wait till after the mission. I don't care one way or another.
You
Wrong
don't think
answer.
don't think it'll be distracting at all, or
Not any more than it was on you. Or me.
okay. Okay. I think Val's going to kind of pause for a second and say, "Well, I think maybe it'll help me to not think about it until after the mission. So
All right.
we'll just put the mission first, and then afterward, we can let everybody know."
All right. Balls
Okay.
are in your corner, Red.
Thanks, Dad. She's gonna say, kind of
I
under
thought you
her
didn't
breath.
want me. I thought you said you were never going to call me that.
She's just gonna
He
smirk
smirks.
a little bit. Yeah. I was never gonna call you Daddy.
I would hope not. Under any circumstance.
We're keeping all this very hush hush. But yeah, okay. That's
Okay. As you climb back down, Mora kind of nudges you and says, "Hey, you two seem to be getting along pretty well."
no, it's just the mission.
Uh-huh.
She's just gonna go like,
She walks away just smirking to herself without elaborating further.
Oh no, the rumor mill is gonna get back to Annette as not Annette, Yuki. She's gonna get the wrong idea because she doesn't know.
Well,
uh,
who knows? You haven't talked to Yukiko in a little bit.
I'm wearing a kimono.
Are you
Well,
still
go
wearing
and see
Are you
her.
still wearing the kimono?
Of course I am. It takes time to get out of it, so yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, something funny needs to happen then, because
Okay.
while you walk down the corridor, you walk past Richard, who
Okay.
he's got a clipboard of reports in his hand. He kind of glances up and smiles at you as you go by, and then like looks up a second time, like wide-eyed, and just his mouth kind of falls open. Like, what
And,
on earth?
I thought it looked nice. And besides, when on sticks, get something Stixian?
Well, it does look nice. You don't need to wear that for the meeting. They won't be wearing
No.
traditional dress. It's
Well, no, but it's a nice outfit to have. I mean, I don't know. We might be back in Karetan space and might need it again for something. Besides, I like it. I don't think my hairstyle really works with the outfit, though.
not at present, but that's easily fixable. Sorry, I didn't mean to assume. But no, he looks very nervous. And
Aw.
it does look nice.
Oh, thank you. Okay. I need to probably do some practicing, and then the penetrator also I need to train in that. Okay, yes. I'm just gonna stay focused until after the mission, and then yes, you'll have to show me how to make the hair look more traditional.
Oh, I suppose I'm not much of a stylist, but I could help. I
Well,
suppose.
You said you had a sister though, right?
Yes, I didn't do her hair, but I
you
know
must
what
know
it's
what it looked
I
like,
know what it's
though,
supposed to
right?
look like when it's done. Yes,
Okay, that's what I was aiming for.
sure. Yeah, we can try that after the mission.
It's just gonna feel a little smug all of a sudden. Okay. Well, carry on, helmsman. She's just gonna kind of smirk.
Ooh.
You hear him. You didn't notice him holding his breath, but he kind of lets out a sigh, like he was holding his breath in as you walk away. Just kind of, whew. It was louder than he probably meant it to be.
Okay, well, I'm gonna make my way back to quarters and then actually get back into fatigues and go about my duties. So,
Okay.
She said duty.
Sigh. All right.
Where's the jury? Making jury duty.
oh God, I hope I never heard that before. Okay,
I'll send you the video later. You'll love it.
okay, fair enough.
All right. So, yeah, who else is doing stuff?
Gareth is presently, I guess you could say he's, well, trying to figure out how best to conceal carry his pistol while in this suit.
Your
'Cause he's never had to
sunbeam
worry
pistol?
about this before.
You want to try to conceal a sunbeam pistol on your person?
Well, how big is it?
A sunbeam is big. Like, I don't know if you guys have seen the illustrations for
It's
a
like-
sunbeam,
I'm
but
about to say it's like a standard service pistol, isn't it?
it's beefier than that.
It's like Desert Eagle.
Yeah,
Cool.
it's
Oh,
like
yeah, I mean,
it's like Deagle
yeah,
size.
like an underarm holster, you could carry that.
There would be a very noticeable bulge there.
Yes,
Ooh.
but he's also a bodyguard, so
Yeah, you can carry it, but if you try to sneak it in anywhere, they will know that you're carrying.
I know it's the whole keeping up appearances thing where you want them to know that you're armed, but you don't want to. You want to be a little coy about it. That's how that sort of thing works.
I think I know what you're
Okay.
saying.
Yeah, no, it's. And if they ask, we'll surrender it.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to look suspicious if the bodyguard isn't armed.
That's true. All right. Good enough.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's just kind of
Yeah.
he's just adjusting his jacket and how he walks, how he carries it, so that way it
Okay.
doesn't print obnoxiously.
So the thing is, with this particular suit, it was tailor made to show off your figure.
Okay, so it
The
is gonna
salesman
print
did not know you
obnoxiously
wanted to
no matter what.
hide a pistol in it, so you have a notices your bulge. Ooh.
Yeah, ooh.
That's not going to be taken out of context.
Oh god damn it! Someone's gonna clip that.
Oh, you fat
Please clip
fuck.
that.
Okay. So yeah, you are able to find a comfortable place to carry it, but there is no. There is an outline of a sunbeam pistol.
Fair enough.
Jesus Christ.
He's like, wait.
Y'all need Jesus.
All right. So who's next?
I may actually go find Annette and talk with her about my plan of putting the techs through some extra training and see if there's anything she would recommend for them.
Okay. Yeah, you find her. You find her at her usual duty station in the mech bay, ordering people around. So
Alright.
she sees you approach and kind of smiles at you. Hey Hudson, what's up?
Miss Hardenberg, nice to meet you again. I want to discuss a plan with you maybe once we return to outreach.
Oh, making plans, huh? Sure. What's up?
I find it's better than sitting here worrying about what might go wrong. Yes, given recent developments, and I kind of glanced at the penetrator sideways, I do not wish to insult you, but perhaps your tech staff would appreciate some extra training to get up to date on the latest equipment and whatnot.
What kind of equipment?
I point at the penetrator. Experimental prototypes that people are still figuring out, hell memory core equipment, and suppose if whatever else might be coming onto the market these days.
Well, I keep my people abreast on anything that's coming out. I mean, the prototype, the only thing that reason that that's such a challenge is because it's non-standard. Everything in it is kind of ramshackle thrown together by eggheads, not and engineers, not mechanics. So, we know how to use the tools, we know how to mount the weapons, we know how the technology functions. That's my department. I make sure that we keep them up to date on that.
Very well. I may also be suggesting security training, awareness, and what's the word? Awareness and keeping the place secure, because as you saw most recently, we've had a bit of an issue.
Well, no offense, Hudson, but that's really not our department or our job. You guys have a security force already aboard the ship. If you want to, if you're having troubles with security, I take it up with them. Before we start putting my people on guard duty, they need all the rest they can get.
I wasn't even going to suggest guard duty. Simply just mindset, extra protocols, and defenses they could put in place just in case.
Well, if you want to put together some kind of awareness program, I talk with our chief of security, see what you can whip up there.
I can certainly start with that. Alright. Are things going okay otherwise?
Well, about as well as anything can go aboard this ship.
Alright, fair enough.
So, was that
I
all that was on
suppose-
your mind? Oh, sorry.
Well, sooner or later, I imagine I'll be getting deployed again. Just as a standard load on the Archer, I'd like at least 1 ton of the LRMs to be hot loaded.
Hot loaded, huh? Alright, I can swing that for you.
Risky, I recognize, but the mech has a bit of a blind spot that I need to fill one way or another.
Okay. I should be able to
Yes.
swing something for you.
Just a reminder out of character, if you have hot loaded LRMs and the LRMs get hit, they could blow, and the launcher gets hit, they could explode.
Oh, I know. I studied up the rules. It's a risk reward thing.
So she kind of like her eyes get a little wide. She says, "I can do it. Are you sure that's what you want?"
Well, I've tried piloting smart, and it has not gotten me very far. So I think it's time I take a few risks.
Well, I mean, it's your skin, but she kind of like puts a hand on your shoulder, says, "Don't go blowing yourself up because you've been missing shots, okay?"
I'll do my best. That is why I'm saying only 1 ton. I should be able to get through that quickly enough.
All right. I'll get it rigged up for you.
I don't know. Is there anything else you or your people need?
No, we're taken pretty good care of here, but thanks for asking.
Of course. I try to stay on good terms with the people who. Well, my grandfather had a very excellent saying: "Be on good terms with the people who cook your food."
He's a wise man.
He was taught me quite a bit. But
She kind of smirks a little bit at that, but doesn't say anything.
For instance, he taught me not to react to that look you just got.
She,
So I will.
she gives you like an
leave
innocent
you to
look,
your-
like what look? I didn't give you a look.
I'll leave you to it. If there's anything you or your people need that you think of, please do not hesitate to let me know.
Okay, but Hudson, we have people for this. You don't have to take everyone's burdens on yourself. I appreciate you want to help out. It's just don't overdo it.
It is the role of the MechWarrior to take on burdens of others.
She kind of blinks at you for a second, says, "Sure, I guess whatever makes you happy. Just don't get burned out. Burn yourself out, then you'll really have trouble out there."
I learned that one from my grandfather too, by the way. I'll be the first to say he was perhaps a little old-fashioned, but his heart was in the right place.
I just don't want to have to, scrape you out of the cockpit with a spoon someday.
Oh, don't worry. When something goes wrong, there won't be enough cockpit left to scrape me out of.
Don't say things like that. So she kind of turns away and goes back to her work.
Alright. I'll leave it at that then.
Okay. So anyone else have something they want to do before we advance time?
Yeah, Zach will go and look for Yuki, see what she's up to.
Okay. She is at her station.
All right, he's gonna come up, kind of lean into her, kind of like like trying to be fake annoying, just leaning against her a little bit, not putting a whole lot of pressure on her shoulder.
So you like coming up behind her and
Yeah,
doing the chin on top of the head move.
yeah. He's like, "What you doing?"
I'm working,
What you
Zach.
doing?
I have an idea for something we can get back to outreach.
Oh yeah, what's that?
Well, something tells me you've never gone for a ride in a mech before.
She like stops halfway through fiddling with her instruments, like freezes mid-reach, and kind of looks back at you. Says, "No, I haven't."
Well, I was just thinking I could rent some time on the range, on the practice range, and go for a spin.
So she she grins and then goes, "Do I get to shoot the weapons?"
I think I can arrange that.
Don't
All
forget
right,
the ice cream scoop.
all right, Buffington, you're on.
Aw.
All right,
Yeah.
he smirks.
Oh,
Don't forget to bring the ice cream scoop.
What is that? What's that a reference to?
Go watch Stripes again.
Oh, I thought that was a. I thought that was a. I thought that was a spatula.
On the stove, yeah.
I don't remember, but anyway, she kind of says, "Oh, by the way, you guys are heading out. You're not going with the others, right?"
No, I'm going with the security team.
The security team. What are they doing?
Overwatch.
Oh. So you expecting trouble?
Oh, just in case.
Okay.
Why?
Well, I worry about you a little.
Oh, don't worry.
Well,
Actu-
before you leave, like maybe a few hours before you leave, come find me.
Oh.
all right. Will do.
In the meantime, though, I've got work to do, Zach.
Gotcha.
So she gives you a little kiss on the cheek and then kind of pushes you in the direction of the door.
I like it when you're forceful.
Oh, don't even start. Okay. Anybody else before we advance time?
I should probably check in with Rachel.
Let's do it.
You want to talk to Rachel? All right. Loading next girlfriend program. Stand by.
I know. I know. I know.
Girlfriend to-
Next
Girlfriend
episode
to
of
be
As the
valued.
Torso Twists.
Twists. Yep.
Not quite as crazy as last time.
All right. So yes, you're able to check in with Rachel. You find her in her and Val's quarters.
Okay.
So she kind of answers the door as you come in. And I'm going to say that since your initial encounter, shall we say, you two haven't actually had much time to spend together.
20 hours experience.
Hey, Rich. I know we haven't talked since the
The incident.
yeah, but
One way
I
to
really
talk about-
appreciate you being there for me when I needed it.
Well, I'll put it this way, boss. You were there for me when I needed it.
I think you both need it.
Hi, Zach.
Hello.
Just walking down the hallway. Hey, you two should kiss.
So, I've got some stuff to do. It's gonna be risky, but not super dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
So I just don't want you to worry.
Uh-huh. She kind of smirks at you. She's like, "You're going off on your dangerous mission. This might be the last time we see each other. You're going to give me that whole speech?"
Well, maybe.
She grabs you by the collar and pulls you into the room and closes the door behind her.
Oh,
Fade to
goddamn.
black.
Oh,
Okay.
Wait.
oh God, we just. Oh no.
I was gonna come back to her room and hear things, isn't she?
And smell
Yep.
things later.
It depends
Nobody
on what
can
you're
blind
doing for the next
Oh,
4 hours.
Jesus Christ.
remember Ethan's body too. She's gonna break him.
She actually does have a higher body rating than you.
Oh god.
That's what-
Competitive roles
Okay,
right now.
actually, you know what? You know what?
Do I have
Yeah,
to make a
give
death
me-
by snoo roll?
Give me a build save.
To save
Oh,
your
no.
bill.
We'll have it contested.
Death by bed springs.
We'll see whether or not she hurts you in the process.
Ladies,
No,
please.
She
Here it
did
is,
not.
quick.
I did not make it.
You did not make it.
I got an 8. I needed a 10.
Oh no.
Spirit is willing, but the flesh is spongy and bruised.
So you don't get so you aren't getting snooed, but you use muscles that you forgot that you had, and you
Oh,
are
I hate
you are
that.
sore the next day.
Oh no.
Quadriceps.
So we'll just say that when you get back to your room, you're about to open the door when Ethan comes stumbling out with his clothes all rumpled, and you awkwardly run into your commanding officer exiting your quarters.
She's just gonna take a look at him and then make eye contact and give a knowing smirk and not say a single thing and enter in.
Whatever you do, don't turn on the black light in there.
Oh my god!
Look like a Jackson Pollock painting in there.
It's a spooky, spooky ghost.
The smell.
Ooh, that smell.
Smell that's all around me. Yeah. Oh, so long as they didn't do it on my bed, I'm not gonna ask questions.
Your bed is in the exact state that you left it in.
Okay,
Oh,
good. That would have been an awkward
Ethan's gonna take a
conversation.
shower. Is gonna take a shower and a couple of ibuprofen and fall asleep.
So pretty much what you do every night.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Oh my god.
So he was the first one to get his bean snapped. Nice job.
He is the boss after all. I suppose it's, you know,
Rank
his...
hath its privileges.
Okay. You have any words for Rachel as you come in and see her lounging on her pillows covered in a blanket?
Smoking a cigarette?
No, there's no
perhaps?
smoke. There's no smoking aboard ship, but
Okay.
she looks like she could use one given the state of her hair.
I was gonna pause for a second and say, "You want me to get you some orange juice?"
She glares daggers at you. She says, "Fuck off, Valeria."
She's just gonna. I won't say anything, but all right.
She kind of smirks at you and says, "Hey, I managed to get it with natural ones. How's yours going?"
Shots
Ow.
fired.
Ow.
See, it was great. You had a good thing going, and you just decided to be salty. But hey, don't feel bad because you know I look better. And yeah, she's just gonna finish up for the evening and do it. Yeah, go to bed or whatever it is I was planning
So
on doing.
you
Probably studying.
despite your exchange, she is very much grinning and in a good mood.
Okay, so she wasn't actually being.
She wasn't being nasty. She was teasing you.
Okay.
So we'll chalk that up to some mutual little banter back and forth, but it wasn't
Sure.
wasn't bad.
Okay.
Bruce
Okay
Banner.
then. So we're advancing time.
Okay.
We get to the day of your meeting. It's scheduled for the afternoon.
Okay.
Before that happens, I'm going to carry out my orders that I was given by Yukiko.
Okay. So you wake up that morning, and the first thing you do, after getting breakfast, I assume.
Yeah, shit, shower, and shave, all that.
Okay. You go to Yukiko's duty station, and she's not actually there.
No, so I'm going to assume she's in her quarters.
You can check.
All right, I will do so. Knockety knock knock.
So there's some sounds of shuffling from inside, and then hang on. The door opens and slightly opens, and you see Yukiko in a bathrobe, kind of looking up at you and says, "Oh, Zach, you're up early."
Yeah, sorry about that. I'll come back when you're done.
Yeah, I just gotta get my ducks in a row. I look like a mess.
Not from where I'm standing.
Oh.
Moo.
She says, "You know what? Give me 5 minutes to brush my teeth."
Okay.
Fade to black.
Heat levels critical. Mission successful.
Yeah.
Oh wait, hang on. We gotta have one for Ethan.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys have gotten laid. Everything's good.
Yep. I decided not to make things any more awkward than they already are.
Thanks.
You're one of the good ones.
Zero, take an extra AP. No, I'm kidding.
That was totally not my intention, but
I was about to say. I mean, I get it. I have enough trouble not putting my foot in my mouth around my real girlfriend to deal with this sort of thing in a tabletop game.
Hey, that's fine. She probably thinks it's cute. All right, so
to be fair, she probably does. In all honesty,
we've gotten that out of the way. You guys are going to start your operation.
Yeah.
So what do you guys do?
well, I get into character with my
Yep.
Merrick Force Commander's uniform on.
Okay.
Yep. Gareth is gonna just make sure his hair is all squared away. He's clean shaven, getting everything adjusted just so he can look the part of a professional bodyguard.
Okay, Zach shows up a few minutes late. His hair is still kind of a mess.
Well, that's typical.
Very, very
Oh,
red
and-
in the face. If you
Oh,
didn't
and
know any
also-
better,
also a
he looks
weapons
like
check.
he's been drinking.
Oh no.
He hasn't, but that's what it looks like.
Yeah. So I'm just in a regular set of fatigues.
Gareth just
Idiot.
Gareth glances aside at Zach, and you can tell that he's been practicing looking really just completely emotionless. But just the way that the corners of his lips are curling downwards, it's like he has a very faint paternalistic frown at this.
That's funny because that's the way I usually draw him.
Okay, so the your infantry squad is there. The sergeant kind of walks up and says, "All right, so what's the play? You want to head out and have us follow behind at a distance, or wait an hour? How are we running this?"
So what I want you guys to do is, I want you guys infiltrating into the hills.
Okay. He pulls out
Okay.
the map of the place in front of you. Says, "Point to where you want us.
Point to a major organ.
Take out a pen and mark where you want them to be."
There's no hills here.
The fuck you mean? There's no hills here? Look at this.
Oh, sorry. That doesn't translate.
My
to
brother
hills
in
my mind.
Christ.
All right. Do you see where I'm marking?
Yes, I see where you're marking.
Okay. There.
A little close, don't you think?
Oh, we can
go
get
through
there.
The trees behind it, yeah.
There's a whole
Yeah.
there's a whole line of trees going from the east coming into the west. We can move through there without arousing any suspicion, I'm fairly certain. Besides, it's not like they have crack troops at this place.
That
Well,
we
that's
know
what,
of.
that's what we're here to determine. If you see anything that looks like a security detachment that's more than your basic corpo sec, GTFO and just get the fuck out of there without making contact.
Okay.
Understood? Discretion in survival of the unit is more important than having you in position.
Understood.
Why did you move the jeeps?
Well, they're gonna park those somewhere inconspicuous.
Okay, so we're doing this on foot. Okay, got it.
Yeah, they'll
Alright.
drive in, hook off the road, come up into the woods. That way they can approach undetected.
I'll stay with the jeeps.
Okay, you'll stay with the jeeps. Got it. Okay.
All right. So the plan is we're gonna go. Did James get us just the vehicle, or did he get us a chauffeur as well?
The vehicle comes with a chauffeur.
Okay.
It's part of their
That's
service.
Yeah.
Probably for the best.
Yeah. So we'll pile into the limo.
Yep, all dressed up
Yep.
and looking
Yep.
the part, remembering everything.
Yep.
Everything's
So-
straightened out, cut, ready to go.
As you're loading up, Richard actually comes up to Val and says,
Mhm.
"Miss Kingsley,
Oh, yeah?
I wanted to wish you good luck."
Thanks. I'm sure with your instruction, we'll be okay.
Are you feeling confident in your abilities?
Somewhat.
Good.
Which is better than where it was before. So yes,
Good.
and yes, I am.
All right. Well, for what it's worth, I have confidence in you. You can do it.
Okay, thank you. And she'll smile. She'll nod. She is a little nervous because she's the one that's going to be observing the most. So, okay,
Just come back safe.
I hope to.
And he kind of awkwardly walks backwards toward the dropship ramp, and then kind of
And she'll bow the Karetan bow that she's learned.
And he does it back, and it almost looks like he does it out of reflex, and then sort of catches himself, and then he kind of smirks at you a little bit, and then completes the bow.
Okay.
Kind of like, oh, you caught me. You sneaky little
All
bitch.
right. Exactly. I gotta be conniving.
And he
All
then
right.
turns around and goes back inside.
Okay. Let's do
As
it.
soon as we're in the car, I'm kind of giving Val a sideways look like, what was that about?
Oh, he was just wishing me good luck.
Yes, but he went out of his way to wish you specifically.
Oh no.
Fade to black.
Yeah.
So, also, who's driving the limo?
The
The
chauffeur.
chauffeur.
Yeah, he's hired from the company with the limo. He comes with it.
Oh,
Accessory.
You rent a limo and a driver.
And then, yeah, Val's probably going to find herself a little flustered and say, well, I suspect it's because he traded me into the tea ceremony stuff.
Argyle.
what do I imagine the chauffeur is just like this short round motherfucker who has to sit on a booster seat.
I was thinking about Argyle from Die Hard.
Where did you get that idea?
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
our
parachutes.
It's just a joke. I don't know.
it's just Bruce Lee in a mask.
Oh,
Yeah,
boy.
that's
We're never getting away from that.
it's Bruce Lee without a mask or martial arts skills. So just an Asian guy,
Just a short
So
guy.
just a short Asian dude.
Yes.
So just
Yeah,
Bruce.
he's ISF.
Yeah.
Or Yakuza.
Yeah, he very politely opens the doors for you and lets you get in. You get in and you notice that James has actually splurged a little bit and he's gotten you a fancy limo with like a champagne rack,
Mm.
Nice.
a fully stocked little mini bar type thing.
Oh wow.
Not touching any of it because it's a bad idea.
Yes. Yes.
We don't,
I
yeah,
pour
we don't
a
know.
glass.
We don't know if the drinks weren't We don't know if the drinks were tampered with or not.
Right.
Yeah.
The poison you just drank, Dr. Joe.
You guys are putting a lot of emphasis on this random limousine driver who just does this for a living.
It has to do with you guys making Kato earlier.
Oh,
Hmm.
Now is not the time. Now is the time.
all right. So the limo pulls out and starts heading toward the factory. You see the guys loading up into the jeeps. They don't follow within visual distance, but you do know that they are following not far behind. They're kind of keeping just out of sight.
I pour a glass out of the minibar.
Okay.
Yeah, you're playing the role. So, okay.
I figure one drink ought to about sell the roll pretty well.
All right. So you take a drink, and
Yep.
you feel perfectly normal and fine.
Great.
It's delicious.
Do we have names established for the rest of you, or should I just call you by your first names?
Then there's the name plate, the name tape on my uniform just says Axe on it.
And Gareth
Alright.
is just to be referred to as Mr. Green.
That's actually kind of badass. Not gonna lie.
Well, it's from Reservoir Dogs, or no, not Reservoir Dogs. Clue.
Yep.
Yeah, but like if a guy who's like your security dude shows up in a Men in Black suit that's actually green and just kind of stands there menacingly, and you call it, yes, this is my associate, Mr. Green. That's actually kind of cool.
He is known as Cobra Bubbles.
We'll save that for.
I'm a special classification.
We'll save that. Ethan, we'll save that for your personal time. By the way, sound carries very well on the dropship.
Oh,
Next time, shut the vent.
Yeah,
I thought James was hammering on something, but
Gareth
Someone
remarks. Gareth remarks. So how did your trial of position go?
you mean trial of positions?
ooh.
before I completely lose patience with you, Val, is there a name I should be calling you while we're there?
I don't know if we're using code names or not. Do we want to use fake names?
These two just gave me their name. Ethan there is going to be, I don't
You're
know,
gonna
what
have
rank
to
do I
at this
call you?
Force
Sure.
Commander Samuel Axe.
There we go.
Yes, just refer to me as Riley.
Oh God.
Man, oh man.
Riley with an R.
Yes.
Okay.
What do you mean with
Riley
an R?
went, oh.
How
That's
else do
Riley.
you spell it?
Riley and Jonesy.
John Jay.
Fuck you, Shorzy.
Anyway.
Give your balls a tug.
I'm just gonna write down the names so nobody forgets. There we go.
Yeah, I'm writing them down too.
Riley with an R.
I was about to say, someone write down each of our aliases in the server just for easy reference,
Yeah.
because I will forget.
Oh yeah.
So it's about an hour's drive, but you do pull up to the factory, and when you get there, there is actually a small entourage waiting out front. There are some men in business suits, and there is there's about 4 guys who look like they're your typical men in black types, kind of standing around the periphery of these gentlemen. So they pull up. Let me get a pen out. They're waiting for you right about here.
All right.
Yeah, that'll do fine.
We should have had a car mini or something for this.
That's fine. So it's just to let you know that when you get out, that's where you're standing. So what you can see from there is the wall of this factory, a what appears to be a comms tower here, and that's about the extent of what you can see. Going back in this direction, you actually see something you didn't see in the initial photo, something that must be new. There's sort of an elevated maglev train line leading directly
okay.
into the big the doors on both of the factory buildings.
Interesting.
Koreans love their trains.
It's true.
Turbo autists.
So
Seriously, though, in real life, the Japanese love trains. Holy fuck.
dude, they love Thomas the Tank Engine over there. It's crazy. But as you exit the limo, there's 3 men in regular business suits, and there's another guy who's notably shorter than the others. But you can tell from the way his suit fits him that underneath this suit he is jacked. And he comes up and bows respectfully to Hudson and says, "Ohayo gozaimasu. Welcome to the factory. Here at Fukushima, we welcome you as potential investors."
I do my best bow to him, and you honor me with this reception. I look forward to seeing what you have here.
Yes. First, order of business. We should give you a tour of the facilities so that you know precisely what your money is buying you.
But of course, I would expect nothing less.
Yes, if you would follow me.
When would the proper time be to give that bottle of Glengarry?
That would probably be when you actually establish your meeting.
Okay.
Yeah, when you start
Probably,
sit
yeah.
down.
I assume Val will be the last person. She will follow with her data pad or whatnot, like she's taking notes or
Mhm.
anything.
Yes. You
Exactly.
earn a bit of a look from the gentlemen present who appreciate you for a moment before proceeding to ignore you.
Yep.
And they lead you inside the first building.
Okay.
So inside this building, the first thing they do is they hand you ear protection. So you got these big earmuffs, essentially,
Okay.
that go over the ears. They have you put them on. Does anyone here have any sort of like technical proficiency or skill regarding equipment of this type?
Let's see.
It's ear protection. I don't think you really need it. It's put it on.
In case this is to see if it's some kind of a trap or whatnot. No, I don't have any skill that would be relevant to this, I don't think.
Okay.
I have perception, but that's not like a tech thing.
Well, I'll have you, and I know Val has it as well. You can both give me perception checks at
Okay.
+3.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, I need a 9.
I got a 9, but sadly that's not enough for me.
And I got a 6, that is a fail.
Okay.
Okay, so these earmuffs they're different from what you've seen before, but they look kind of just like it's a Curitan design. They're more angular and a bit more bulky, probably a bit more expensive than what you're used to.
All right, I look at them like I'm bemused for a minute, and then go, okay, I'll play. I'll put them on.
Okay. They lead you through the door, and you are very thankful for having those earmuffs immediately because the sound is overwhelming, even with them on. Until one of the guys steps up, noticing you kind of cringing from the sound, and he reaches over and he flips a switch on your on your earmuffs, and immediately the noise kind of goes away. And you hear through them almost like a pair of headphones. Someone explains, "Yes, they are special noise-canceling earmuffs. They put out a frequency to counteract the sounds coming in. Helps to further deaden the sounds. Protect the ears better."
Kind of look at the guy that pushed the button and just sort of offer him like a very just polite nod, like not a full bow or anything, just like, thank you for that.
He nods back and gives you a little bow and make sure that everybody has theirs activated. The factory is a very, very large space, so it's probably a good football field and a half in length. The ceilings are... You could easily walk in a salt mech through here and have plenty of headroom. It's huge. There's all kinds of different work being done. The first thing you notice is, besides the sound, is the heat. It's very warm in this building. There's smelting going on. There's all kinds of processing going down in here. They lead you up on the catwalks and kind of walk you across.
I'm smelting.
Yes.
Sorry.
You ruined it. Anyway, lost my train of thought for a moment. You see where the train line actually comes in. Down the center of this building is more of that track. And you can see that there's several train cars there. And finished product is being loaded up onto these train cars by a small army of forklift operators. Val, notably what you see is that there are several locations with men standing on guard duty, and they appear to... their uniform isn't DCMS,
Okay.
but they are armed and equipped like actual soldiers.
Okay, she'll make a mental note of that. Any other like security, like more cameras than there should be, or
Not a lot of cameras in the work area.
okay,
The guards actually seem to have their attention focused out the windows.
okay,
They're more concerned about what's outside the factory than what's inside of it.
okay.
The train cars, are they exclusively like bulk containers for like process for like mineral ore, or is it all, or is there anything that looks like it's for like heavy machinery?
So there's some cranes and that type of thing mounted on a lot of the cars to help onload and offload. The cars are kind of multi-purpose, so some of them have hauled supplies in, like ore. So essentially, how it works is they haul in the ore, and that gets dumped down onto a trench underneath the track that has a large conveyor, and that carries it up and off to one side, and that dumps it into the smelting area.
Mhm.
And then those
Okay.
same cars are then they have doors on the sides, so the product kind of goes out the sides down into the trench. But then once the sides are open, they're kind of just like a normal box car.
Okay.
There's like a combination of a hopper car and a box car.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm listening to what I assume is the tour guide telling us about this, but also, pointing down at the train, acting like I want to know more about that. Like, you just run that right through the factory, huh?
It is the most efficient way to deliver materials. These are specially designed cars. The floor actually opens up on the bottom, which allows the material to fall down onto the conveyor. Once it is empty, the floor is then closed back up, and the sides are open, which allows them to function as boxcars afterwards. Very efficient, only need one set of train cars to do 2 jobs. Before, we would have had to bring in multiple trains.
So where does this lead? Where does the rail line come out at?
The rail line has 2 connections. One goes out to the mines where everything is mined and loaded onto the train to be brought here for processing. And then on the outbound trains, there is a split in the tracks which then circles around and goes back to the spaceport so that the materials can be shipped off to other planets.
Okay.
Just looking around, like how many workers are at work here? Is it a mostly automated factory, or is it just dozens of guys just running around everywhere?
Our employment numbers fluctuate year by year. At present, we employ 3,500 people.
Just in these 2 factory buildings?
Just in these 2 buildings. There is also, of course, our security forces. They account for another 500 or so.
That's fairly substantial. Are you expecting a threat?
You can never be too careful. The DCMS relies on us very heavily for their production. It would not be in good form to have one of our factories disappear.
I suppose not. If the DCMS relies on you so heavily, I trust you have some that you can have available to third parties. As an investor, obviously, that is an interest of mine.
Well,
Sure, you can protect themselves.
our production is primarily focused around DCMS. However, we do keep a section clear just in case anyone needs more civilian use of our services. We are not operating at maximum production capacity. We hold back just a little bit, which allows us to take on private contracts should the need arise. Make more profit that way.
I suppose, yes. Keeping control of the supply so you can exploit demand. I can understand that.
To be frank, supply and requisitions from the DCMS are often inconsistent. We are not always operating at maximum capacity even when we do account for their entire order. So it is more profitable to produce things locally.
Okay, when you say produce things locally, you mean produce them here?
Produce them here for the use of civilian markets.
So, is there that much of a civilian market on what planet are we on? Are we on Styx?
Where are we?
He kind of grins at you and says,
I travel quite a bit.
he kind of grins at you and says, "Well, everybody uses steel. Steel is used in everything. Even more complicated metals and compounds still have steel as its base and as part of the alloy. It is very important to have access to steel. We never have problems finding customers."
Oh, I would not doubt for a moment that you do.
We are extremely profitable. As a result, we are very enthusiastic to see new investments coming in. I can assure you that your investment will have magnanimous returns.
One can only hope. I wouldn't be out here if I didn't think it would.
And on that note, we should begin our business meeting, I believe. My offices are up on the top floor. Please follow me.
Okay, so this is not just a tour guide. This is actually the guy we're meeting with. What name did he give us?
He didn't give you a name.
Oh, okay.
So,
Alright, I'll follow him. We'll do the name thing when we get up there, and we're out of the factory then, I suppose.
so as you guys get up, so there's have you guys been in a factory before?
Oh yes.
I've worked in a couple of them.
Okay, so you know how a lot of times there's sort of like this this upstairs area with like an observation booth type of thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you start to be led up the stairs toward that. As you get to the stairs, a couple of security guards actually kind of they let everyone up except for Gareth. They kind of step in his way and hold out a hand.
Okay. Gareth
Okay.
will-
What's up, my brother?
I look at Gareth and say, Mr. Green, they're asking you to requisition your weapon, relinquish your weapon.
Oh no,
Not-
he is more than welcome to keep his weapon, but we do not allow private security from third parties into our business offices, simply for security reasons. He is more than welcome to wait out here on the factory floor.
Gareth simply
All right.
nods and will take up position wherever he's instructed to do so.
So they kind of shuffle you off into one of the corners, and there's a guard standing there, just kind of with his hands on his rifle, just kind of slung, pointed down at the floor, and he's just kind of looking at you through the goggles on his helmet. You can't see his face, but you're pretty sure that he's staring directly at you the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
So the businessmen lead you upstairs, and they bring you into the meeting room, and you are confronted with almost the exact same setup that Richard showed you guys, with the low table in the center of the room.
Perfect.
And
Okay.
it has a full tea set there ready to go, and the gentleman kind of waves toward the table. Please have a seat.
And
Okay.
Val will assume the serving process.
Yeah,
Okay.
I just give Vel the briefest of glances, just like you're up, and then I
Yep.
go. Sit
Okay,
down.
give me a social check. Because you've had lessons, I'm going to give it to you at -1.
Okay, social.
Yep.
Okay.
Is there any way I can give her a bonus, like, talking and distracting the guy while she's doing this?
They're not paying a
Or
ton
she'll
of
roll a
attention
10.
to her anyway.
Okay.
Okay.
I succeed on a 10.
Okay, you are able to flawlessly recreate the lessons that Richard taught you.
in my high-heeled shoes, even. That's
Yes,
even
in your
better.
high-heeled shoes.
Rocking it.
So you're doing that. The everyone takes their positions down at the table. The security dudes, kind of each of the four takes up a position in a corner of the room. Around this time, Gareth, give me a perception check at -1.
So, all right, let me double check. So I need to roll a 5. I rolled a 7.
Okay. You sense there's sort of like a shift in the air. You kind of feel like something is up. You're able to look up at the observation booth, and you see the security guys kind of moving into position. And I'm gonna have you have a heads up, like a little bit of pre-warning on what happens before anything happens with you. So we'll move right along here. So the
Quick
business...
question. Is the rifleman still looking directly at me?
Yes. So, back up in the meeting room,
Watch his hands.
your businessman is engaging you all in conversation of a technical nature, talking sums and figures, and all of this is going down, and it's long and drawn out. And he starts asking rather difficult questions that Hudson is going to have to improvise answers to. So I'm going to have him do a bureaucracy check.
Do it.
Oh, goody. I will try.
No modifiers.
Alright. Alright, come on, bureaucracy. That is a 6, and I was aiming for a 6, so that's just barely a success.
Yeah, it's tricky, and you're just kind of barely holding your own, but you are able to give reasonable answers to all of his questions. And the conversation...
When all else fails, I act like I have a lot of money. That
Okay.
usually works.
Yes, through a combination of coming up with answers and acting like you have a lot of money, you kind of feel like you're holding your own in this conversation. And then after about 45 minutes of this, everybody notices a shift in atmosphere as the security men all take a step forward and pull weapons out of their coats.
That balls.
Oh, crap.
I kind of look at that, and I look back at this guy across the table like,
And he kind of smiles at you and says, "It was very polite of you to come directly to us. Let me ask you something. How exactly did you expect this would go?"
I'm trying to like subtly hit the transmit button on the microcommunicator watch I'm wearing to signal Zach, but I'm also saying,
Okay.
I'm here to invest in your factory.
Give me a
I
reflex
expected
check.
Okay. All right, reflex. No. Toss up. Come on, reflex. Damn it.
So you start reaching for your communicator, and the guy holds out his hand and says, "Do not bother. Your security man is going to be dealt with." And around the time that he says this, Gareth, you glance up and you see the weapons come out of one of the security guys' coats upstairs. The rifleman across from you has not moved.
How close is the rifleman?
He's within arm's reach.
All right, I'm gonna try and take him hostage and use him as a body shield.
Okay. So let's see. You've got close combat martial arts type
Unarmed.
skills. Unarmed.
Yep, and I need a 2 to assuming I don't if I don't have the element of surprise, I need a 2.
What's your martial art? What's your unarmed skill?
My unarmed is hold on a second. I think unarmed is based on a couple of skills added up.
it's its own skill.
It's its own
probably
skill,
based
isn't it?
on athletic,
Unarmed
probably,
combat.
I would
Yeah,
assume.
it's its own skill. What's your level?
Hold on. Well, it's okay. I have 1 point in unarmed, but what's this? I was about to say. I thought we calculated it to say.
So it's based on that and the derived characteristic.
Yeah, the right
Or
character.
attribute.
It's going to be either your athletic or your physical -1 is what you're going to be aiming for, probably.
Well, keep in mind, I based Gareth's skills on one of the pre-built characters, and
Which one?
the clan warrior from the original, the second edition rulebook.
Yeah, let me take a look here.
I think unless I misread something.
Clan primary MechWarrior. Well, that one has a 6+ that he needs to hit unarmed.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I guess it would be it's athletic, right?
I have to check the skills. Give me a second. Let me check.
It probably is,
the
looking
skills
at it.
table.
Doing the math on this, it's probably athletics. Then minus whatever your
Well, is
skills
it an
are.
attribute or a characteristic that's derived from?
It's probably derived from a characteristic, just looking at it.
Okay, let's see. Unarmed is athletic.
Yep.
So yeah, it's from your character. It's from. Oh, wait,
Okay,
no,
so I
that's
actually
the
need a
hang on.
6.
Yeah.
Maybe.
You're not Bruce Lee.
Unarmed combat is under, yeah, that's an athletic skill.
All right.
So your athletic characteristic.
All right. So I need a 6.
Maha and a hiya.
So slightly better odds than a coin toss.
Yep.
And I get a 7.
Aikiba.
Okay. So yeah, you are able to, you grab the guy, and he struggles for a second, but he's no match for you. Like, this guy is a wage soldier type.
Yep.
So you are
And
able to get him into a good headlock and kind of kick out the backs of his knees, and he is at your mercy.
Yep. I put him between me and the other guard, and I draw my sunbeam and aim it at his head.
Okay, it's only you right now. Only you and the guard you've taken prisoner. As far as you're aware, so they moved you off to one side, and they set this guy up to watch over you, and then they kind of left the two of you alone. So no one else has seen you do this yet.
All right. Well, then, in that case, I'm going to drag him off somewhere a little more discreet for a bit of interrogation.
Okay, there is an exit door about 5 feet to your right that goes outside.
It's not a fire exit, is it? Otherwise, it might be alarmed.
It is not.
Okay, then I'm going to drag him out through the exit.
Okay, you get out through the exit. The guy is cooperating with you. From having tussled with you, he's kind of got the impression that you're not someone to be messed with. And you now have him outside. So we'll cut back inside the meeting room. And the man begins to give his evil monologue. I had a look at your credentials. As you know, with anyone trying to invest in our company, we do our research, see where their funding lies. A simple report over HPG is hardly enough information, so I had contacts that I got in touch with. Your company does not exist. Moreover, I was able to get in touch with someone at the spaceport who was able to provide me with images of your faces. Faces which I have seen before. And he looks over at Val pointedly.
Oh, fuck. Oh, I knew killing the bounty hunter was going to come back to bite me in the ass.
So, you are mercenaries, the black sheep. What are you doing in my factory?
We got a big windfall and we want to invest. Sorry for the deception, but it's jigs up. Sorry about that. It's just we made some money. We want to put a little nest egg aside, and we figured you guys were a good investment.
Do not insult my intelligence. You know what? Actually, let's have a check for this.
To say, let's see.
This is deception. Holy shit! We have a chance for something.
Like you roll boxcars and it actually works.
Okay, what do we want this to be? I know that there's like a skill for it. Let me look at the skills list.
Oh, a bullshit artist.
Oh, look what Ethan's really good at.
Negotiation,
forgery, impersonation.
Impersonation.
I'll tell you what. I will let you do impersonation at +2. We can use that for this.
All right.
If you roll one of your magic boxcars again, I swear to fucking God.
Technically, this could fall under seduction too.
Oh boy.
This is a 7.
Okay. What did you need?
I needed a 6.
Fuck.
So he's considering that this might be correct.
So he hesitates for a moment. If you wanted to invest, why not approach us as you were? I know that Draconis Combine does not like mercenaries, but what we dislike more than mercenaries is dishonesty.
Your question includes its own answer. You dislike mercenaries.
As I said, we dislike deception more.
I see. I look at Hudson. I'm like, see, I told you we should have just gone in through the front door and asked them.
Oh, You are such a shitty boss sometimes, you know that?
Shitty boss.
Shitty boss! I've seen a Gretzko.
I
I
give
know
him
what
like a
you mean.
little bit of a look like, oh, come on. And then I say, yes, sir, I'm sorry about that. I was a bit worried about exposing my family to dealing with this sort of operation, but having been in here, you're right, it does look legitimate.
I understand, and I apologize for the deception. It was not our intention to insult you or dishonor you in any way. Val, the gift.
All right. I will.
As
I will
it is
give-
as a token of my apologies and our esteem for you, we bought it directly from the Lyran Commonwealth, a bottle of Glengarry Reserve.
You
And, yeah.
a bit of a flicker goes through your mind. You remember something that Richard said: if you end up embarrassing your host or otherwise offending him, you should immediately drop to your knees, put your forehead on the floor, and say "Guminisai."
Go inside.
I think
I'm doing that.
I think yeah. Val will present the bottle again, kneel down, submissively, and say "Guminisai."
Okay, what is everybody's combined? What's everybody's social save? Everybody who's in this room.
Garrett's not there.
Everybody
so
who's in
I'm
this
wrong.
room, add up your social scores.
6.
Okay.
The save we're aiming for?
Yes, your target number.
Alright, mine's an 8.
Okay, so that's 14.
If I have seduction, it would be 7, but otherwise it's 8.
Okay, 8. So that's going to be 22. All of you roll 2d6, and if your totals add up to more than 22.
How does that work? 2d6 can only go to 12.
That they're all
That's all
rolling
good.
2d6.
I'm rerolling.
Well, I got
it
an
with
11, so
point of edge.
I got an 8.
I still rolled a 5, so
That's
so that's
actually
24. That's a
You get-
24.
okay. So between all three of you working together, the guy kind of softens his expression a bit, and then he starts to laugh. And it's not like an evil laugh, but like a "oh my god, this is a ridiculous situation we found ourselves in" kind of laugh.
This is like comedy manga plot.
Yes.
We got the sillies.
He says, "Yes, Mr. Hollister, you are
Arister.
Ryron, correct?
Davian, actually.
Davian."
In fact, my grandmother is a San Romeo Davian, so I'm like 15th in line for the first principship. Something like that. I don't know. It's complicated.
Yes.
Yes, actually.
Only
Yes,
a
I'm
Davian
Byron.
could have come up with such a ridiculous scheme.
Ridiculous.
There's a reason why the family emblem is a fox.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, well, perhaps we can talk business after all. And we are going to cut back to
Gareth bashed
Gareth.
down the door.
Gareth, now you now have a
Rip the guy's
prisoner
spine out.
outside the building.
Okay.
So the
well,
situation is not unfucked yet.
Yes, yes, and it might get a little more fucked because the first thing that Gareth does is he keys his microcom and he tells security guys, stand by, get ready to move.
Roger that. Standing by.
Copy. Zach racks the slide of the machine
I
gun.
mean, he's not telling them to move in yet, but just be ready for trouble.
All I can think of is a line from The Expanse. Gareth, don't stick your dick in it. The situation's fucked enough already.
All right, now he's going to turn his attention back to the guard and attempt. But he's basically going to ask him, all right, I'm going to give you a chance to make this easy for both of us. What is going on?
You are not who you say you are. You are here to do damage to our factory, to spy on us. We are supposed to place you under arrest.
So many R's.
This is what you got, guys. Like, I don't know what to tell you. I'm not Japanese. This is how we're doing it.
Oh, Karina,
And-
never change.
Multiple people in the chat are complimenting my voice acting, so fuck you guys. They may be doing it sarcastically, but that's besides the point.
Yeah. Meanwhile, we're ready to
So
go,
the guard
And
adds on to
this
the end, you will not get away with this. You will be caught and you will be killed.
And Gareth asks, brave words from an infantryman when we could have another lance of battle mechs on its way here within the hour.
You could bring your mechs, you could destroy the factories, but you would never get back to your dropship. There are military men at the spaceport. They would destroy you when you tried to get back to your ship. And then they would destroy your ship, and everyone on it. And your wife and your children too.
What wife?
Ha! You are virgin.
So Gareth's gonna rip this guy's spine out before this is done, isn't he?
He is. You could, like, he just, his eye kind of twitches for a moment. He says, damn it, I just got this suit. I really do not want to get blood all over it.
Kill me if you must, but you will not get away with it.
Oh, I will not kill you.
Damn
But I will
it.
make you wish that I did.
Oh, fuck you. It will be of no benefit. You will die. And you smell terrible.
Okay, at this point, Gareth is just going to start kicking the shit out of him because
Okay.
this guy has run his mouth for way too long, and Gareth has been way more patient with him than he should have been.
Okay, so your first kick lands, and he doesn't have his weapon, but you see him reach up and tap his ear. I'm gonna have you do contested reflexes. I'm gonna have you at +2.
Can we hear? I mean, I guess is his mic active? Can we hear what's going on?
I'm using Edge to re-roll that. Fuck that.
Sweet God.
Not much better, but okay.
What's your margin of success?
That is a break even. So I needed a 6. I rolled exactly a 6.
Okay, he had a +1 margin of success.
Oh god damn it!
So, what were you gonna do to try and stop him from getting his? Because he was reaching up for his ear. Were you gonna shoot him or
Judo chop.
try like kick him in the throat or what?
I was going to basically try and snap his, like, just stomp flat on his wrist and try and snap it.
Okay,
To break his hand, basically.
so you do that, but not before he taps his communicator and yells a very loud scream of pain and something in Japanese. And around this time, up in the meeting room, all the alarms start blaring in the facility. There's a light red strobe start flashing, and there is a bap, bap, bap.
That's the virgin alarm.
All right.
Somebody dropped
Now
a weight.
Kirk gets
Somebody dropped their weights at the Planet Fitness.
Okay, so now Gareth gets on the comms and says, "Security team, move in now."
Oh, here we go.
Okay. So
God
Looking up at
damn
the
it.
alarms, just saying, that was not us.
And
this-
I just look at Hudson and I just mouth the word Gareth silently.
I look back at him and just sort of nod, like I am not even a little surprised. It's
So
like, mhm.
the security guys
God.
continue to hold you at gunpoint, and the guy you're talking to is whisked away by one of the other security dudes. There is now an equal number of you and security guards in the same room. Gareth, you are now dealing with a guy with a broken wrist down on the ground, and you can hear the alarms blaring inside.
All right. Well, first things first. Gareth is going to take the guy's rifle away, and he is going to try and find some sort of concealment or cover.
Okay? The tree line isn't too far away.
Something that'll give him a sight line on the door and protect him from as many angles as possible.
The tree line is pretty close by. You should be able to reach that no problem.
All right, yep. He's going to grab the guy's rifle, and he is going to run for the trees.
Okay. So
I'm guessing this is
Rooftop
like
snipers.
it's like some kind of Nambu rifle or something, or what? Airsoka?
Yeah. It's a standard Curitan manufactured rifle. Don't worry about trying to get the trucks to sit side by side. Their hitbox is weird. They won't.
It's a TK assault rifle. That's a standard Karita infantry rifle.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're kind of cut over to Oswald. You're in command of the security force.
Okay. Now the Overwatch position up here, that's where they'll have like the SRMs.
Okay.
But the maneuver element, I got that with the skipjacks, and they're up with the machine guns. So our what we're gonna do is gonna go and bash the doors down, and keep the security forces busy. Well, hopefully we can get them extricated.
Okay. You have guys with SRMs. You want them to shoot at anything?
Only heavy. Like, I'll give them.
Oswald, check your DMs.
Okay, yeah, hit the comms tower. I'm gonna have them hit shoot the comms tower.
Okay. I won't have them roll for it. I'm gonna say between the whole squad being there, they are able to hit the comms tower. And
Might be a little late though.
you hear the whole thing kind of groan and then topple over and smash into the ground.
Do we see that in the meeting room?
You'll hear it, that for sure.
You hear an explosion from outside and the sound of grinding metal.
Oh, god damn it.
But by the way, Liz says BRB.
Yeah, I saw.
It's my time now, bitches.
Okay, so Gareth, you see the shots come out from cover, so you now know where the friendly forces are.
All right. Also, welcome back, Liz.
Thanks. I just had to turn the air on. It's actually kind of hot.
Okay.
Getting hot in here.
You're kind of hot. You're a cigarette.
You're a cigarette.
You're a cigarette.
I cannot believe this.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Not sure how well the infiltrate plan was thought through, but I decided to let it ride. Like, this will be
We
fun.
tried. There was an attempt.
There was an attempt.
Mistakes
There wasn't
were
a
made.
turn. Mistakes were made.
Well, we
Note to self: next time, don't bring Gareth.
or Val.
Oh god damn it!
I admit I was on the fence about bringing Gareth along, but yeah. Oh well.
Oh,
Well, to be
There's
fair,
the bridge
to be
and
fair,
we
from
passed
his
that road.
perspective,
You can't blame him.
from his
Yeah,
perspective, he is acting very reasonably and, in fact, quite proactively. So let's
That's
go
very
easy on
true.
Gareth this go
As
around.
far as he knows, the mission's already gone to shit anyway. He has no way to
Yeah.
know that this was almost salvaged.
Yeah, that's not on Gareth this time. I mean, you can keep blaming him if you want; it'd be funny, but
No,
Fine
no.
mess you've gotten us into, Stanley.
I mean, he saw guns being drawn on the rest of his team, and his move was to pull back and talk to someone else.
All right, I'm also going to call for a Mark to launch. And provide
Okay.
cover.
Gareth may be hard-headed, but he's not stupid.
so Mark says, "All right, I'm on my way."
And I'm going to have him like preloaded with rockets.
Okay. Yeah, I'll say you established that beforehand as like an emergency response. So he is now in the air. And I'll say about 20 minutes out. Because it's about an hour's drive, so he's about 20 minutes out.
Right. Well, one of the attack. I mean, one of the things I suppose we can do, if depending on how severe the response is we can start hitting vehicles. Anything they can use to get out. Escape.
So at the moment, there's a lot of confusion. There are some windows that kind of fly open on the side of the building, and you see rifles pointing out. But from the angle of the building, they're not actually. Oh, we lost someone. We lose
here's
Roland.
an
I
idea.
might have lost Ethan.
Yeah, no, my
All right, well that's okay. We'll figure that out. But anyway,
It-
all the rifles start coming out. Are you actually driving the jeeps up to that position?
Do we have? But
Okay.
do we have any more Inferno missiles?
So you start taking some small arms fire from the factory.
Delete.
I'm about to say Inferno missiles through the windows.
No, we're trying to save our people, not kill them all. We don't know
Well,
where they are.
you would. Well, actually, you didn't go inside, so you wouldn't know where
For all
they're at.
Gareth knows, they're already dead.
Gareth, are you rejoining the squad, or are you staying where you're at?
If he sees an opportunity to do so without taking too much fire, he will.
Okay, you were able to
We can-
join them before the fire started.
Yeah, we can provide cover fire.
No, he was able to rejoin the squad before they started shooting. So you are now up on the hill with the infantry squad.
And this hitbox
Alright.
is fucking.
I know it's terrible. I'll find
alright.
other vehicles.
So, Plan Bravo.
What
Do we
happened?
have one of those?
We're gonna.
What?
He's
One
gonna
of
be.
those.
I think. Yeah. I think Zach's gonna be too busy.
If you-
Shooting
I was about to
riflemen.
say, at being asked that, Gareth just looks blankly and says, "We improvise."
Okay. I'm going to
Where's-
abstract
where's
this
the
out
rest?
rather than doing like a standard combat encounter. So I'll say that we'll have you make a shot. So we'll make a small arms check.
Oh, me? Okay.
Yeah, because you're engaging them with fire, and they'll make one in return.
Okay. Let me find my dice.
Okay, their
Where
shots
are you, dice?
their shots for the moment are missing you.
Ugh.
Oh, I am fucking them up.
What'd you get? Oh, you got a.
Yeah, I got like a 4-degree point of
All right.
of
What's
success.
what weapon are you using?
the machine gun.
Also,
Oh, you
for
lay
curiosity's
suppressing
sake-
fire into those windows, and you see 3 bodies kind of go down. One of them like does the classic Hollywood thing, gets hit, twists, falls out the window, and
Yeah, but
while you're firing,
these are 50 cals. These are 17.5 millimeter.
oh
Okay.
god, it's a 50. Okay, so yeah, you see guys getting launched backwards by the impact of these rounds. And the rest of the
this is
security,
turning into a Rambo movie.
the gunfire from the windows stops as the guys are now pinned down.
Yep.
You have established effective suppressing fire and gotten probably 3 kills.
Okay. Yeah, I get. Now how are we gonna get them out?
That's a good question.
Well, I mean, I can try to get them on the comms. I mean,
So, you guys, your comms units are going haywire right now. Not haywire as in like jamming, but like you hear people yelling over the comms. And you hear the gunfire, you hear screaming from outside. And now the workers are getting involved. Because the alarms go off, and Zach, from your position, you see the doors fly open, and hundreds of people in civilian garb are just pouring out of this building, running in every direction.
well, as long as they're not armed and shooting at me, I'm gonna keep my weapons fired to vehicles, anything that they can use to drive or has a radio or something.
There's one other thing you should probably look at too:
What's that?
the trains.
Well, it's nothing I have that can hit the. Oh well.
You could disable locomotives.
Are there any trains even there?
There aren't any trains, just cars.
Okay.
So at least
Yeah,
in the
I'm
one
not
factory building you were in, there's another one that you guys didn't go to. So you have no idea what's in that one.
Okay.
And before it's like a mech in there or something.
Well, what concerns me more is about what that one dude said about presence at the spaceport.
Well, there's a garrison,
Yeah.
so you don't have to worry about them right now. You did hit the comms tower, so for the moment, word hasn't gotten out to them.
Out of character,
So,
did we ever figure out the fuel situation for dropships?
Yes.
Yeah.
So do we have enough to combat drop and then get out, or no?
I will say that if you want, you can call James in and he can pick you up. You still have to get out of the building somehow, but I will allow you
Sure.
to bring the dropship in for an evac.
Okay.
Yeah, because the other option I thought of, although I think it would take way too long, is Gareth could probably hijack one of the vehicles on. Well, no wait, he can't drive.
Yeah,
Never
he can't
mind.
drive.
I'm about to say someone could help him get back to the dropship and get his mech powered up, but that might take too long.
Yeah, I'm calling it. I'm like, yeah, get me. Yeah, you got. What's the code that we had for come pick us up in a hurry?
This is Bo Peep Protocol. Bo Peep Protocol.
Bo Peep, he's making call Bo Peep protocol. Require immediate evac.
Okay, so
This has turned into a cluster.
so Ethan, are you the one who said that?
No, Zach did.
Okay, yeah. Zach knows Bo Peep.
Yeah.
So yeah, you call Bo Peep, and you hear Yukiko's voice on the other end of the line, sounding very concerned. Roger, Bo Peep acknowledged. Inbound. On station in 15.
Okay. Now we just have to figure out how to get them out. Gareth, where were they?
They were called up into the observation booth above the factory floor.
How big are those doors? You said that there was a bunch of doors or windows that open?
They're like normal sort of industrial doors, like your typical fire doors. You know what I'm talking about? Push bar doors.
Nothing that we can't ram through.
No, you could ram through it, but currently the doors are. There's a seemingly endless stream of civilians rushing out those doors.
Well, I don't want to kill them. But once it trickles down, I'll go.
There's about to say there are probably other doors, or you can try firing over their heads to see if they move out of the way.
Thank you, disgruntled DM, for $2. It says, "Oh, hi, Mark."
Yeah, just waiting for that.
All right. Well, I have been firing. I haven't been firing at the civilians. I've been firing at.
Yeah, you've been laying
the
down
vehicles.
suppressing fire on the windows on the second floor, so you haven't been in any danger of hitting civilians.
Okay. So as soon as they clear out, I'm gonna ram that fire door down.
Okay.
And they get into the building.
So you wait a minute, and the stream doesn't seem to end. It's just they just keep coming. Like there's so many people just rushing out of these doors.
About to say, you sure this is Draconis Combine and not the Capellan Confederation?
You ever seen Monty Python's Meaning of Life?
Not in a while, but when I was in Tokyo,
Yeah.
this does remind me of the trains.
You remember
underground.
the every sperm is sacred thing, where they've got like the endless stream of kids in the background?
Oh Jesus
It's
God!
it's like that. If you didn't know any better, you'd think that they were running to the other side of the building to just have an endless stream of people coming out.
Like they've rehearsed this for something. Like, okay, you leave the building and then you go in a great big circle, go back in the other way.
No, we'll say
I look
do it
for-
all over
I mean,
again.
are they coming out for? Is there any other openings I can use, or are they just coming out of every orifice?
Like, this isn't an evacuation. This is a mosh pit.
so. There are two doors. There's two doors on this side of the building, and you can see that there's people pouring out the other side as well. But you can tell like the doors aren't very big, big enough to drive your Jeep into, sure, but definitely creating a bottleneck. So while there's tons of people inside, they can't all fit through these doors at once, and they're starting to trample over. It's a clusterfuck.
All right, I'm gonna call the security team back from the hill and make them and have them enter. See if we can go and get them, so we can pull the team out, or pull our people out.
Okay.
I guess it means Gareth's going in too.
All right. So they rush up. They start pushing their way through the crowd. It's difficult because they're rushing out so hard that they're starting to trample each other. But let me roll here. Ooh, yeah. They are pushed back.
Pushed back by what?
They're pushed back
It's
by
a
the crowd.
stampede.
They can't make headway. It's like trying to swim upstream.
Okay.
I rolled to see if they could push through. They're like, we're not getting through that way, boss. We got to
Okay,
find
Gareth
another
has got-
entrance.
Gareth is gonna see if there's a way they could get up to a window.
There are several open windows on the second floor.
Is there a way they can access the windows? Like, is there a fire escape?
Let me roll some dice. There is a fire escape, and it is along the northeastern side, the one pointed toward the comms tower.
All right, he said. Gareth points out the security team. Fire escape, 2:00.
Roger that. So they all rush up the fire escape. Up at the second floor, there is a fire door there. And from this position, give me an intuition check.
Intuition. Okay, that's a 6. Boxcars.
Ooh, okay.
Nice.
So yeah, you are pretty sure that
Bullshit
this
power.
wall, the fire escape goes along the second floor wall. So there's a door at the far end, but about halfway down that catwalk, you're pretty sure that this wall is actually connected to the room that has everybody in it.
All right. He calls the security team. Says, "All right, can we breach this wall without killing everyone on the other side?"
Says, I can make a hole as long as they lie down. There's a good chance they'll be all right. You got comms with them?
He says, "I will try." He gets on microcommunicator and he just yells. He just yells into it as loud as he can to make sure they hear him. "Get the deck now!"
I will say we actually have already hit the deck because we're doing the Gomez Eye move.
Well, well,
You guys just haven't moved since
you've been
then.
holding the bow the whole time.
Yep.
Wow.
Considering what's going on outside, I think that would be a safe move. Yeah.
I will
Yeah.
allow it.
Gareth,
Yeah.
Gareth doesn't know this, so
I will allow it because it's funny as fuck.
breach it clear, breach it clear.
Okay.
Question. Am I within arm's reach of one of the security guards?
No.
Okay. Damn, I
This
can't
is-
like reach.
This has turned to Ready or Not, basically.
Okay. Go ahead and make your so you plant your breaching charge, and the guys detonate it and rush in, and 2 of the 3 dudes are already dead on the ground. The other guy is dazed as you come in. He starts to fumble around and reach for his gun.
Gareth is going to shoot him immediately.
Take a give me a small arms check.
Any modifier because he's kind of incapacitated slightly.
No, it's just to see if you hit him.
All right, well I need a 4, and I roll 6.
All right. So you and the entire infantry squad open on the same guy at the same time.
Oh my god, it's like that scene from Akira.
You riddle this guy. It's like that bit in The Godfather.
Or Inglorious Bastards.
Just
The
blood
opening
squibs
of
everywhere.
Oh, that
RoboCop.
poor fucker.
You get
Open again.
you shoot him in the dick, like in RoboCop. Anyway, you just eviscerate this guy. All of you shoot at the same time, and you just demolish him.
Just thinking in the back of my head, God damn it, Gareth, Ethan told you not to do that.
So
This
you
is not
have
Garrett's
successfully
fault.
rescued your teammates.
Now-
Mission failed successfully.
He says, "You're being rescued. Please do not
Do not
resist."
resist.
I have a question. For Mage, was the bottle taken from my hands before all of this went down?
No.
Okay, well then I am
If the
going
bottle's
to
still intact.
So I'm going to, take the bottle in my arms, kick off my high heels so I can run better, and yeah.
She's at the 20.
Hold
at
on.
the 10.
Let
No
me-
one can catch her.
Let me roll some. I'm gonna roll 2d6. Anything above a 6, the bottle is
Oh
still
my
intact.
God.
It is still intact.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then, yeah, I'm
I
wrapping
think-
it
I
up in
think
my
we're
arms
going to
and
need
yeah,
it.
Oh
getting the
man.
fuck out of there with the bottle intact.
All
I
right.
can always get a new pair of shoes.
So yeah, you guys all make egress down the fire escape, and around this time, simultaneously, Mark comes over the comms announcing he is on station, and you see the Armistead flying in, and it takes up position, kind of in the only clear landing spot it can fit in,
All
right
right,
about there.
It's the potato.
Mage. Do our infantry guys have smoke grenades?
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Also-
grab a smoke grenade off of one of their vests and get on the comm. Mark, rockets on the smoke. I'm gonna pull the smoke and I'm gonna throw it.
I was about to say,
Okay.
wasn't our secondary objective to blow up the factory because our employees?
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't
Yes.
worry. As soon as we get back to the Amistad, we're gonna suit up and it's morphin
Hey.
time.
Hmm.
Takes a while to get the reactors started, you know.
Okay,
Yeah.
you've thrown the smoke grenade.
Yeah, and I'm marking the target for Mark.
All right, where'd you
Mark,
throw it?
Gareth is hauling ass.
Yeah, get to the ship, get to the ship, get to the ship.
Get to the chopper.
You threw
Yeah,
it.
we're
You
running
threw it
here.
there.
Yep.
Okay.
What are you shooting?
He's shooting the
A
building.
lot of civilians, actually.
Mark comes flying in, and
And dumping his rocket pods into the building.
okay, he fires his rocket pods. I'm gonna give him a roll. He gets it. So his rockets go into the building and all around the building,
Oh jeez.
and the whole thing is just it's shredded pretty bad. He goes
Okay.
across it that way, and he says, "You want me to do a pass on the other one?"
Yes.
You
Okay.
know what this kind of whole thing is set remind me of now? Any of you
We
ever
Were
seen
Soldiers?
No, I'm about to say, you ever seen 1941?
Ooh.
I
Yeah,
fucking
that
love
sounds
that
about
movie.
right.
Second rocket attack misses pretty heavily, and he just kind of splashes all around the building. He comes back for another pass.
I hope that everybody got out by then.
There is screaming now.
Oh jeez.
Ethan, what the fuck?
Second
Seconded.
pass is much more successful. The buildings are effectively destroyed.
All right, we are leaving. Let's go.
I second Zach's what the fuck, and run into the ship with everyone else.
Okay. Mark
That is-
Mark goes and he makes a recovery, getting back
This is-
inside the dropship.
And Gareth
This
makes
is-
a point of being the last one to board the dropship.
This is the worst C2 failure I have ever seen.
So all of you guys get back aboard your dropship, and James yells over the PA, "Everybody, hang on! This is gonna be bumpy. I haven't launched from soft ground in this thing before, so hang on."
All right.
What is
I
it? What
duck
is it
and
not
cover.
bumpy?
Shut
I
up!
duck and cover because when James is saying it's gonna be rocky, it means it's gonna be a 9.7 on the Richter scale. So okay.
I mean, I know that Davions aren't going to care.
Hudson's gonna need to roll a body check to not hurl.
Okay.
We'll find the nearest jump seat and again hold this bottle like our life depends on it.
All right. So the
Yeah,
ship.
just shove it down your cleavage. You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
All right. So the ship rattles, rolls, and kind of does the Millennium Falcon, and then lifts off. And you burn for orbit, and you guys feel you're pretty sure that if your teeth weren't secure, they would rattle right out of your skulls. But you do eventually get to orbit, and the shaking finally subsides. So you are definitely getting that asymmetric thrust again.
Well, at least one thing's consistent around here.
That's what Rachel got the other night.
Oh,
Mhm.
bro.
Sorry.
All right, and you have successfully completed the objective and made your
The
exit.
most, in the most fucked up way possible.
What a cluster.
Yep.
Uh,
And all of this happened because of a great big misunderstanding by Gareth.
Oh man.
You couldn't write better copy than this.
This was the most black sheep mission you guys could have pulled
I
off.
think you're correct. Yes.
yeah.
And you know what? Gareth got himself a nice rifle and noise canceling headsets for his trouble.
Oh, you guys are still wearing those.
Yeah, and he also he also still has the guy's rifle.
Nice. Okay.
Which unfortunately there are no stats for the TK assault rifle.
My
Just
God.
use the federated.
Someone in the chat points out, yeah, but Val lost her shoes.
That's true.
About
just
to
my
say,
choice, though.
but
My
okay,
choice.
she's got like 50 more of them. Come on.
I'm just gonna look at Zach and be like, "Good save, thank you."
What was with the rockets, boss?
Well, we had to take that place out, and I don't think we were gonna have enough time to get on our mechs to do it.
There's still people in there.
Yeah. Do you think there was gonna be any less people in there when we went in there to shoot it up with our mechs?
Considering it takes like 10 or 15 minutes to get the reactor started, yes, I'd say very likely there'd be less people in there.
And like Gareth just turns pale as he thinks about that.
Val's gonna set the bottle on the floor and try not to get sick.
That's the stats in the
All right.
chat.
Where?
I put the
in-
stats in the tabletop chat.
That's on me. That's
This
Sir?
is going to be a hell of an after-action report.
Around
There
around
make a
this
lot of
point,
time
Mark
here.
comes walking up and he's like, "Hell yeah! You guys see that shit? Am I the best or am I the best? Why does everyone look so depressed?"
It's not depressed, just a little shell-shocked, I guess you could say.
So many,
Oh, From
so
what?
many
I thought that went pretty well.
Yeah, can Val do a med? I'm guessing Val's in shock just a little bit.
Yeah,
Right.
you can. What if we do? Hold on.
all right. That's
How
not
how
happening
susceptible
ever
do you think Val is going to be to this sort of thing, screwing her up?
Well, so basically, the emotional roller coaster that we just went on was like, okay, I'm being a sneaky secret agent. Then we get in, and it's like, no, we've been had. So there's this huge spike of adrenaline and fear, and then there's, okay, God, oh God, let's play into it. The gamble succeeded. Okay, we got some relief. Suddenly explosion. Then
Let me put it this way:
hit the
on a
deck,
scale of
punch a
1 to
gun-
10, how would you rate your pain?
She's probably just full of adrenaline. Her hands are shaking, and she's probably, yeah, breathing very quick
Give
and
me
shallow.
give me a mental check at +3.
Yeah, this
Are
is
we
a
playing
lot.
What are we playing Call of Cthulhu now?
Oh, I have a 12 or higher, so I need boxcars 6. Okay, nope, I got a 3.
You are not
Also-
okay. So Val is
Yeah.
hyperventilating. Her hands are shaking, and she looks like
Also-
she's completely fucked up.
Oswald, where did you get the stats for this rifle? Is this from
It's in the book.
second edition? That's for
Yep.
us. Okay.
We can worry about it later. One
Uh,
of your crewmates is having a panic attack right in front of
Yeah.
your eyes.
Zach
Yeah.
Zach is actually going to approach her, kind of take her shoulders in his hand, and just kind of hug her.
Yeah, she's just gonna kind of cling to him with really wide eyes until she finally is able to calm down a little bit.
I get on
alright.
I get on the comm with the doctor and say, "Doctor, we have someone in shock here. We need you in." And where are we? The mech bay? We there.
Yeah.
Bring her up. I'll get a bed prepped. You'll notice that he said
Please.
her without knowing who it was.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, woman moment, sure. That's fair. Yeah, so she'll just sort of, yeah, go that way.
It might be a little conspicuous for those that don't know about Val and Zach.
Yeah.
That he seems to be unusually delicate with her. Just kind of like not like he's treating her like glass, but just like he's just being very caring.
So
about
some of the people around the mech bay do notice, but they don't seem to be. Most of them just look like they're happy to be getting out of there.
Yeah.
I'll actually walk with Zach and Val, see if I can help get her to the med bay if she needs to be carried or whatnot between two guys.
She's able to walk upright, kind of leaning on Zach.
Yeah.
And I trail along after them just to make sure. Because
Bless you. Bless you. Good lord.
Bless you.
I had
Yeah.
the headset as far as away as I could put it.
I appreciate it. That was still loud.
Yes.
Gareth, are you
Train of
okay?
thought. Hey, so Hudson's trailing after Zach and Val here because he knows if he's in the room with Ethan or Gareth, someone's gonna get punched.
Okay, we'll pick
Probably
up
him,
we'll pick up with
honestly,
them in a second. So you asked Gareth if he's okay. Gareth.
Yeah.
He says, "I am fine, sir. I just
It's like that scene from Rick and Morty. Ah!
No, seriously, are you okay? Because I just fucked up royally, and I did something that I can't undo, and I need to know if you're good."
if you. I'm not sure I understand what you mean, sir.
Look, I did not realize there were non-combatants in the area that I marked for that strike. That's on me. Their deaths are on me. Okay?
Collateral
I'm the one.
damage is inevitable in war, unfortunately.
Doesn't mean we have to like it.
Of course I do not like it.
What the fuck happened?
Security guard attempted to pull his weapon on me. I disarmed him, and after he raised the alarm, I called in the security team.
Okay, I'm gonna so it looks like they saw through our disguise, but we managed to talk them down until whatever you did happened. So
He pulled his rifle on me, and I disarmed him and dragged him outside.
It's
Okay,
left hand, I
yeah.
know what the right hand's doing.
all right, so you know what you know what? I'm not mad. You did exactly what you should have done. So
You did
Alright.
tell me not to shoot anyone.
and you didn't. I'm very pleased. So
You saw him shoot someone, Ethan. I'm not
Oh,
there,
yeah.
but you were there
Yeah.
for that.
Well, that was
By
at
then
that
they had
point.
shot first.
At that
That was the
point,
whole squad.
at that point, I think the standing orders had kind of been understood to have changed.
Right. So, this mission was a clusterfuck, but we're refining our methodology. All right.
This
Gotta
mission
work on
shall
communications.
this mission shall not make it into our remembrance.
That's a good plan. I like where your head's at, Gareth.
I am selective with our history, as any good clanner should be.
Yes.
Also,
And I'm gonna.
not to ruin the heavy moment, but I do want to point out that the chat has said "bless you" to Oswald.
Sorry guys, I had my headphones as far away as I could put them.
No, it's all right. It's just that sounded like it hurt.
I sneeze like a Klingon. Can't help it.
You too.
I am gonna go find Hudson.
Also, Tac Nuke, what the fuck? God damn it, dude.
Don't worry about it. But anyway, we'll get back to everyone dragging Val up to sick bay. So you bring her in,
Get her a
and
teddy bear.
Dr. Jason does not look the least bit surprised that it's her who's been brought in.
Poor Val.
He sits her down on the table, and he comes over with his stethoscope, takes some vitals, and then shines the little pen light in her eyes, and then kind of takes her by the shoulders, and he's looking at her when suddenly like Richard barges in through the door. That's, I heard she was hit. Is she all right? No,
Just
she's
a panic attack, Richard. She'll be fine.
no, she's not hit,
Thanks.
Richard. She's just having a moment. So, Richard kind of looks a little embarrassed and then kind of walks over and asks, "Is she all right?" I'm stupid. Val, are you all right?
I think Val will just take a minute to kind of calm down as she kind of comes back to herself and says, I got scared. I'm fine.
What happened?
It went sideways. I thought I was about to be arrested and thrown into a Korean prison.
Good God.
I'm just gonna lay down for a little while. Yeah,
Would you...
thanks.
He looks like he's about to ask something, but then kind of catches himself and says, "That's probably for the best. I'll leave you to it."
Okay. Yeah, she's just gonna lay down on one of the beds in medbay, just sort of close her eyes and just try to steady her breathing and, let the adrenaline die down.
And on his way out the door, he says, "If you want to talk about it later, come find me."
She'll give the thumbs up.
And he kind of exits. And then the doctor looks at the gentleman who delivered her to his room and says, "All right, everybody out. I need some one-on-one time with this case."
I'm kind of looking back out the door where Richard went and look back at Val with one eyebrow raised. Say, I'm going to want to hear more about that later. But for now, rest up.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm
So,
going to leave.
Zach, are you leaving?
Yeah. Well, no. I'm gonna make sure she's all right first.
Okay. So
Yeah, she's fine. She just needs a
Dr.
phone.
Jason has no objection to you staying because, after all, he does know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And he kind of he notices that you haven't left, and he just kind of he gives a little smile at you, and then goes back to his work. And he says, "All right, Valeria, I want you to look right at me, okay?
Okay.
All right. We need you to take a breath in and hold it until I tell you to let it go. All right, breathe in."
Okay. And she's just gonna, feel her chest kind of compressing a little bit to like, nope, slow down.
Yep.
Yep.
He moves to your side and puts a hand on your back and says, "All right, another try. Breathe in and hold."
Okay. And second time she will.
Okay. So he gets you doing some slow breathing, and around this time, you feel a bit of a prick in your arm because you've been staring
Okay.
straight ahead, and you start to feel very sleepy.
Okay. Hey, I've been sedated. Oh boy. All right. We'll lay back and just drift off into delicious sleep.
And Dr. Jason kind of lays her gently down onto the bed and looks over at Zach and says, "I have no idea how to handle hysterical women other than to do this."
Hey.
That raises some questions.
If I try to do that, if I try to do that with my ex-wife, I'd be in prison.
Well, that with Gareth too. So
Patients are so much easier.
yeah.
So it sounds like it went bad, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. I think we need some practice with communications.
We're still getting paid though, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
The mission was a success. It was just some
well then.
complications and.
Well then, I don't see the
Go-
problem.
Right. All right. So he's gonna get up and head up to the bridge because Zach heard the near panic in Yuki's voice, so he's gonna go up there and check on her.
Okay, so you get onto the bridge, and the first thing she does is she leaves her station and just sprints at you, and just dives and wraps you up in the tightest hug she's ever given you.
Oh, he can't help but giggle or chuckle a little. Hey, it's all right. It's all right.
No, it's not all right. You weren't in your mech. You were out on foot. You didn't have any armor protection at all. You were out with the infantry guys. There was gunfire on the comms. You were calling for the emergency backup. I was positive that you were dead.
Well, if I was dead, I wasn't gonna be able to call that in. You know.
She
I'm
kind
good,
of
but I'm not that
pauses
good,
for a
though.
moment and is like, "That's not the point."
He's trying not to laugh. He knows that she's being serious. So he's just gonna hug her back and just say, "Look, I'm not dead. I'm not gonna die. It was all right. It was just one hell of a hairy dismount." That
Phrasing.
I could have phrased that.
Harry dismount, really?
Ugh, gross. I like to close my eyes and imagine she's wearing an alpaca sweater.
All right, so does she look any better?
She's calming down a little bit, but she is still holding you very, very tightly.
He's just gonna rub her back and just just kind of whisper in her ear. It's all right.
Like Richard and James kind of glance over, but are very much making a point of not looking in that sort of nope
Yeah.
type of way.
Oh nope, I'm not gonna look.
Like that is none of my business. All right, back to Ethan.
Yep.
Actually, we haven't. Lucid, have you done anything yet apart from delivering Val to the room?
I don't think so.
Did you have anything you wanted to do
just-
before we? I don't want to skip over you.
Well, Hudson's the only one who doesn't have a significant other around the ship, so he actually just goes to his room, locks the door, and just like sits there in the dark thinking and just looking at the vibroblade with his family's crest on it and just quietly thinking, what just happened and what am I doing?
Okay. All right, then we'll go back to Ethan. You had something you wanted to do?
Yeah, I'm actually going looking for Hudson.
Okay, you don't see him anywhere around the ship. Through process of elimination, you head for his quarters and knock on the door.
I don't get up, but I say yes.
Hudson, are you all right?
I'm uninjured, sir. Have not opened the door yet, by the way. I just say I'm uninjured, sir.
I know, but I mean, are you all right? This was a fucking clusterfuck, and
There's a pause for like almost so long you think he's not going to answer, and then he says, "Sir, if I open this door right now, one of us is getting punched, and I'd rather not end the day like that."
what's going on? What's got you pissed off?
Gee, I wonder.
I'm concerned you have to ask.
Good answer.
Really?
Look, I fucked up. Okay? I'm admitting that freely, that I fucked up calling in that rocket strike when I did. That's on me.
And
And it won't happen again.
there's like a sigh. It says, I know better than anyone about making mistakes, sir. I get it. I know that's what happened. I just need time to think."
Alright, just don't stew in it and don't let it bring you to get you down. Don't let it consume you, okay?
"Sir, one of my greatest skills is working through failure. But I have to not look at you right now, you or Gareth, because it would end with probably me getting hurt, and I'd rather not do that."
Alright.
Moment of comic relief from the chat. I did a fucky
I did a
wucky
fucky
man who
wucky.
committed 200 war crimes.
Yep.
I'll go for 300 next time. It's a high score.
At the Board of Inquiry, our Jack says, my client would like to plead whoopsie-daisy.
Oopsie daisy. How could it be a hate crime if I love doing it?
It's alright. I know the joke. They weren't civilians. They were Koreans. Ha ha ha. But it's not like that, is it?
Look, it's. I'm gonna make sure that we do this clean, and we do this the right way going forward. Just, you're gonna have to trust me. Okay.
You kind of hear him get up, and he's like right on the other side of the door and says, "Sir, I am contracted to this unit, and I will honor that contract. But as we appear to be being honest right now, all I can say is trust is earned."
All right. Understood.
I will be in the mech bay in a little bit checking my unit, because staying here in my room is just depressing.
And I think Ethan's going to go throw up and then get something to eat.
Okay. Gareth, what are you up to?
Okay, well, first things first is he's changing out of the suit. Well, first of all, he's going to inspect the suit and see, is it damaged at all by what happened?
Okay. Probably, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to roll for it. So I'm going to roll with a target number of 8.
Like, if you get snake eyes, it's just got, like, bullet holes
Lucky
all over
you, it's wrinkled and it's dirty, but it's not ripped. It's well made.
All right, so just a trip to the dry cleaners when we get to outreach.
Those 1,000 sea bills paid for themselves, dude.
I think it's nice. It's nice to know that he likes fun. He likes nice clothes.
Well, yes. First things first, he's changed out of that into some fatigues. But he's also he's gonna go and find Mora and give her the set of noise-canceling headphones because she'll get more use out of it than he will.
Okay. So yeah, you approach her in the mech bay, and she sees you coming, and she actually stops what she's doing and kind of walks over and says, "Hey, Gareth, you doing all right? I heard that it was pretty messy out there."
I've survived worse. But
How?
He's a Jade Falcon.
well,
Yeah.
look on the bright side. There were no Hetzers around this time.
He's growing a sense of humor.
She actually does laugh at that. She says, "Yeah, I heard the story. That must have been pretty embarrassing."
One day, I will laugh at it.
Well, here's something for you. If there's one thing that we spheroids have heard about you clan types, it's that you're arrogant as crazy. And you know what? You tend to be. But I kind of like seeing the more humble side of you.
She's on top of.
Indeed, he genuinely isn't sure what to say about that.
So the awkward pause, like her face gets a little red, says, "I didn't mean it like that. I meant just like as a person, like you're human. I didn't think you were human before, but you are, I guess. I don't know. I'm sorry."
No offense taken. Anyway, I got you a what we call a veneer, and he hands her the headset.
She
I
looks
believe
at it
you'll
for a
get more use
second. She
out-
says,
I believe you'll get better use out of this than I will.
she looks at them and says, "Oh my god. These are Fukushimas. Fukushima ear protection? That's like cutting edge. That's exclusive. You can't even buy that on the open market. Where did you? Oh,
Oh.
It's Sorla.
do you understand what this is? This
It
is
is what we call isorla, I believe.
I don't know what that word means, but this is cutting edge technology. You like these would cost this pair alone would cost maybe 20,000 sea bills if you could buy it.
Whoa.
Are you sure you want to give them to me?
You will get more use out of them than I ever will. Wear
Well,
them with pride.
I guess that's true. Thanks. And she kind of awkwardly looks at them for a second and then says, "You know what? Fuck it." And she walks over, she picks you up in a huge bear hug. And we're going to
Fade to
have
black.
No.
I'm scaroused.
She's on duty. She's on duty.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna have you make a physical save at +2.
Oh,
Saving
My
throw
s-
versus.
Your poor
plus
spine
2?
at +2.
okay. So
See
it's
how many.
physical. All right. So I need to roll an 8.
Roll versus dislocated rib.
4. I failed by a margin of 4.
Oh!
She hugs you,
Crunch.
and you hear. So I'm not gonna have a negative consequence for this. You hear your spine popping, and it's almost like a chiropractor because you're like, oh. It's like, oh, I didn't even know my back was hurting until it stopped. You kind of feel like
Well-
she's rearranged your vertebra back to where they're supposed to be.
He was carrying a lot of stress back there. I guess I could have worded that differently too.
So after a bit of that, she sets you back down and says, "That's really sweet of you, Gareth." Okay, and is that it? You just gonna leave it there?
he just says, "Let me know how you like them."
Oh, I already like them. I know they'll be good. I've been dreaming about a pair of these since I knew they existed. Oswald, stop rolling the fucking dice.
Anyway, I think we can cut that scene from there because I don't want the big say more awkward than it already is.
Okay, cool. So from there, that should be just about everybody, I think. So you make it to the jump point. The jump ship is charged. And you jump away to the next system. You are safely free of Styx. You have made it one jump away. When the reality shifts back into itself and you find yourselves floating around in zero gravity again, your days
Blargs.
your days going about normally.
Probably.
Though it's at some point there's there's some sounds of a commotion up on the bridge.
Uh-oh.
If anyone is nearby.
I'm in bed.
I guess he'd be close enough. I mean, Gareth was probably like, I don't know, doing laps or something to keep himself exercised.
Okay. So yeah, as you're moving down the 0G corridors, floating your way around the ship, you pass by the door to the bridge, and you hear the sounds of yelling coming from the other side of the door. So do you choose to
Here we
eavesdrop,
go.
or do you just move along?
I'm going to eavesdrop.
Okay. So you hear the voice of Richard, kind of speaking in a rather confused voice. Like, sir, I don't know what to tell you. They just need some of the basic information to make sure that the docking collar is secure. It's nothing, not that big of a deal. It's just, and on the other end of the line, you hear James yelling. It's like, for God's sake, Richard, what the hell do I pay you for? Just give it to him. You don't need me for every single thing that you do. Leave me alone.
Uh-oh.
Then there is silence for a moment, and then, yes, sir. Sorry, sir. And the line, there is silence from then on.
Where is the captain anyway?
You don't know at the moment.
Well, about to say, it'd be like a damn scavenger hunt trying to find him wherever he is on the ship now.
So, one thing, normally you can hear the sounds of work being done that kind of lets you know that James is on the warpath with his ship, but it has been eerily quiet today.
Well, I suppose Gareth could ask around to see if anyone has seen the captain.
So yeah, as you go around asking, everybody's like, you know what? No, I haven't seen him today. Maybe he's just not feeling good.
All right, well, then he's going to look for Annette specifically, because if anyone knows where he is, it's going to be Annette.
Okay, so yeah, Annette is down in the mech bay doing her work, and she sees you approach and kind of says, "Ah, yeah, Gareth, what's up?"
Where's the captain?
James? I don't know. Why? Why should I know where he is? I can never tell where that man is. He's everywhere
You
at
know him
once.
better than anyone else aboard this vessel, and he seems agitated.
Agitated?
More so than usual.
You mean, has he been around? Like, does anyone know what's going on with him?
I overheard him having a conversation with the helmsman that suggested something had upset him.
Oh, not much upsets him. I wouldn't.
Unless...
I haven't seen him around today, and it has been pretty quiet, much more quiet than usual. Oh God, you think he's actually in his quarters?
And that's when the pin drops for Gareth, and he just goes pale, and he says, "Oh, neg."
We need to get up there.
Yes, he's going to make his way to the quarters, because Gareth thinks he knows what's going on.
He was around when he was talking on the phone.
Well, more importantly, Gareth knows about the issue with his family.
Yeah,
because it's on the form.
Okay, so you get up to the quarters, and you find that his door is closed. And you can see by underneath the door that the light is on inside.
All right. Gareth is going to gently rap on the door a couple of times.
What?
Captain? Captain, are you all right?
There's silence for a moment. He's like, No, I'm not. And Annette speaks up and says, James, can we come in? Yeah, fine. So, the door doesn't open, so Annette reaches over and slides it open. And inside, the captain's quarters are spacious and well furnished, but they are noticeably in pristine condition. Like, this room doesn't get a lot of use. The bed is still made and looks like it's been made for weeks, perhaps.
Like it's got dust on it or something.
Yeah. You can off in the corner is his desk, and there is a lovely framed photo of him with his wife and daughter there, and not much else on the desk. James is floating in the corner of the room in the fetal position, just kind of in open space.
Oh, it's fucked up.
He kind of looks over.
What
and says,
troubles you, What troubles you, Captain?
He doesn't say anything. He just hands you a piece of paper that he's holding. It's like, it just arrived this morning after we finished transit. So, do you want to
What does
read
it
the?
say?
Yep. So I actually have this written down. It is a letter sent via HPG and delivered via courier ship at the jump point. It says, Mr. James Eklund, the clan has received your application regarding your daughter, Susan 3176. Upon review, your request for repatriation has been denied for the following reasons. 1. Applicant source of income deemed insufficient to the needs of the child. 2. Applicant career deemed unsuitable environment for child. 3. Applicant background record indicates a lack of commitment and loose morals unsuitable for raising children. 4. Applicant location determined to be too distant from Susquehanna. 5. Child already adjusting well to current status. 6. Applicant fails to provide assurance of adequate education. 7. Life in clan custody determined to be in the child's best interest. While we extend our sympathies regarding any frustration you may feel, you may rest assured that your freeborn offspring will lead a full and fulfilled life among the clan. Once determined to be of age, she will contribute to the well-being of her community through faithful service in the honorable labor caste, a position that commands respect and provides a stable and moral foundation. Due to the circumstances of her continued education, further contact with Susan 3176 is heretofore disallowed. Calls via HPG will be refused, and any applicable fees are hereby the responsibility of the caller. Physical letters will not be delivered, nor have their postage reimbursed. Regards, Star Captain Daniel Taylor, Director of Induction, Susquehanna.
That's probably James's.
Gareth looks at this and he seems. I mean, at a glance, one might suspect that he would almost seem to be unemotional with this, but to someone who knows what to look for, he is practically apoplectic reading this.
So Annette notices the subtle change in your expression, and she kind of gently takes the paper from you and reads the letter, and then just pushes herself next to James and puts an arm around him and says, "I'm so sorry." And at that, James just kind of makes a groan and buries his face in his hands. This is now a very awkward situation we have found ourselves in.
Take a number.
Is anybody gonna tell the commander?
Or anyone else?
Well,
Yeah.
This should be brought to his attention, but well, first of all, what is Ethan doing?
Well, he's still going through the morning routine. It's just a normal day aboard ship.
Yeah.
So he says, "Captain, with your permission, I wish to bring this up with the commander."
He just he looks at you for a second and then just nods his head.
Thank you. And with that, he departs and basically makes a beeline towards wherever he thinks Ethan's going to be at this time.
Probably getting his coffee.
Okay, so yeah, you find him in the galley getting his morning cup of joe or bottle pack thing of coffee from Cook.
Capri Sun coffee.
Now with extra microplastic.
Commander,
Yeah, what's up, Gareth?
we need to talk.
Look, I said I'm sorry about what happened.
This has nothing to do with me.
What's going on?
I want you to read this.
Yeah,
And
he
he
hands
hands
you
over
the
the
letter.
I'm gonna look at the letter and I'm gonna look at Gareth. Has James read this?
Ah.
Fuck. All right. I'm gonna go head to James's cabin.
You get there, and Annette has managed to move James out of his corner and get him floating closer to his bed and just kind of she's still got an arm around him, but doesn't looks like she kind of doesn't really know what to do, and she's just kind of she's got his head kind of resting on her shoulder, and she's just kind of holding him there. She looks up at you as you come in and just looks completely lost.
James,
Yes, sir.
how many jumps is it from here to Susquehanna?
It's a lot.
Do we have supplies and fuel for that many jumps?
No.
Do you know where we can get supplies and fuels for that many jumps?
Um,
Do you have any friends still in the FRR and the Kung's army or anything?
he kind of he doesn't answer for a bit. He just kind of stares straight ahead and then looks up. You can see like there's some thoughts going through his head, and then he straightens himself and he kind of gently pushes Annette away, and he gets up and he says, I might have an idea. Sir,
Yeah.
I know we're not likely to make any money off of this, and it's going to put us out of
James.
action for a long time.
James, your family. This is pro bono work. We're gonna get her.
Damn right we're going to get her.
We're
Get
gonna
everybody
fuck up
ready.
some-
We're going to go get my little girl.
and we're gonna fuck up some clanners when we do it.
I've got a
It's rescue
contact.
mission. You'll
I've
love
got a
it.
contact on Orestes. He reaches down under his bed. He pulls out. You recognize this as the package that he received a while
Yep.
back.
Okay.
And inside is some of his wife's personal effects, but there's also another letter there.
Yeah.
And he says, "This arrived with the package. It's addressed to me directly from General Christian Mansdaughter."
Ooh, shit. And I thought me knowing Jamie Wolf was impressive.
My wife was on his command staff.
All right.
He knew her personally. And, well, his letter says that if I ever need anything, to come and talk to him. We have enough fuel to get us to Orestes. And that's where he'll be.
Can we resupply and re-equip at Orestes?
Maybe. I don't know. I haven't thought that far ahead. But if we get there, it's a good first step.
All right. Well, no, let's see. Jump ship captains. Let's see. We're gonna have to.
So he says, "All right, I've got to go have a talk with Richard. Get your people ready."
Roger
And
that.
You kind of hear him whisper under his breath, "Hang on, Susie, I'm coming." As he pushes himself out of the room, and as he leaves, you kind of look over at Annette, and she is watching him kind of wide-eyed, and her face is very red.
Annette,
Hmm?
get Mora, get Hobson. I want every single mech we have ready to fight the clans.
We'll do everything
I
we
want
can.
Gee.
I want everything tweaked. I want everything up and running at 200% efficiency by the time we get to Orestes.
I'll get started on some things. Write me a checklist. Let me know what you want specifically, and I'll get it done.
Roger that.
She says, and then she hesitates for a second. Says, "I've never seen him talk like that before."
Don't worry about the budget.
I'm not worried about the budget. And you can tell that she's not really focused on that right now.
Yeah. Well,
Also, keep in mind, if we're going to Susquehanna, we're going to be facing the Ghost Bears.
Not just the Ghost Bears.
Beta Galaxy.
Well, you're going to be facing the Ghost Bears for most of the way, but Susquehanna is held by Clan Wolf.
In 3052, I thought they were controlled by the Ghost Bears.
They were conquered by Clan Wolf.
yeah, the Ghost Bears haven't taken it yet. They take Susquehanna during the Refusal War. All right, I'm gonna head down I'm gonna head through everything, and I'm banging on people's doors. I'm banging on Hudson's door. I'm getting Val, Rachel, everybody.
Okay.
Black Sheep, mount up.
What?
I don't know where. We're at a jump point.
We got a mission, and we're getting ready for it.
We got one.
Also,
Yeah.
I should note that Gareth did not return to his quarters. He was with you the whole time.
Yep. And I'm just gonna gather all of the MechWarriors in the hangar deck.
So
All
Annette,
right.
Annette kind of nudges Gareth as this is all going on. She's like, "Did you see the look on James's face?"
Oh god, she needs some new underwear.
to quote Pam, sploosh.
To the nooch.
She
drowned a
just saw
toddler
a
in
man
those
who
things.
very, very much wants to go get his daughter. And her biological clock is kicking in.
Or was it Razor said that I don't care where it happens, but you're gonna wear me like a tank top in the next 5 minutes.
I was about to say. Soon as we get James's daughter back, she's gonna make her little sister or brother.
Yep.
Yep.
All right, so I'm gathering.
So
I'm
she
gathering up
goes
all the
back to work with a very distant smile on her face the whole time she's
Oh,
working.
dear.
Her
I'm getting everybody
imagination's
back.
going.
Yeah, I'm getting
All right, what
everybody
the
into
hell's
the
up?
next day. All right. Looks like the clans are playing fuck games, and they are not letting James get his daughter back. She's a hostage on Susquehanna.
We're dropping
getting-
on planners?
Fuck yeah. We're dropping on clanners.
We're going to get James's daughter? Oh, God. Sign me the fuck up.
Yeah, we're not getting paid, so if anybody wants to leave, I'll drop you off at the next jump point.
Well, we're there to get the kids out, but, if any Thors or Mad Cats fall into the back bay, I'm not going to complain.
All right?
Okay. So you get everybody alerted to the situation. Everybody's super jazzed and ready to go, I assume anyway. And around this time, there's an announcement over the PA system as James rather sheepishly says, "All right, I'd like to personally thank everybody for their enthusiasm. We're going to be at this jump point for another 2 weeks while we wait for the things for the batteries to recharge. So, as you were. And we're going to end the session there."
All right.
So, I guess Ethan has some time to work out his problem with Hudson.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
can start to cover that next session.
Yeah.
That'd probably be best, yeah.
Yeah, we'll pick up there.
Val will
Yes,
make the
and-
announcement next session.
Oh boy, what a wild ride we've been on this go
I
around.
will say this much: Gareth is going to be constantly drilling you guys in The Sims, specifically on how to fight the clans. I mean, yes, some of you have fought them so far, but not all of you.
Awesome. Okay, so that's how.
Zach is going
I
to pay
will
very
be-
close attention. He's gonna be making sure that Val is because he's fought the clans before, so he's going to part that with her.
And in the middle of this training, I will be asking Gareth, so what are the rules? How do I get a clanner of my own?
How do I get my
Well,
own
for-
murder hobo?
Well, step one, you have to win.
Oh.
Step one, win.
Step one, you got
Fair
to
Also, like, given your opinion of Gareth, are you sure that Hudson would actually want his own clanner?
I'm open to the idea. It depends on what we're looking at here.
Am I allowed to spank him when he
wants
gets
the snooze
naughty?
he wants snoo snoo.
Just saying, there's options here.
Yeah, did you get to meet the ghost bear elemental on Outreach?
I never did.
Oh.
No.
Oh,
I was gonna say
And
now
in
he
fact,
he knows what's out there.
Nope. In
Tic
fact,
Tac
in the
Duke treating clanners like Pokemon.
You, you want
Gotta-
your own tamed wolf, huh?
You gotta
I
you
think
gotta get
it's
one from
foolish
each
to-
clan.
It's
Gotta
foolish
catch
to
'em
test
all.
up a potential asset.
They pop out of the Pokeball. Jade Falcon!
You do not have enough badges to train me.
All right.
How to
Smoke
train your
Jaguar.
All right, everybody, let's wrap it in. So we went on a great adventure today. We committed some war crimes.
Accidental war crimes.
Val got on her knees a lot.
Yeah.
Two
Funny
of our
It's-
our mech warriors got laid. Lots of things happened today.
Does that count as a combat encounter? Do we get to do a roll?
No.
Learn roll from. God damn it!
No, but everybody go ahead and take your learn in skill points and an adventure point. Who without voting for yourself, who do you guys think earned the extra adventure point today?
Probably Gareth.
Gareth?
Honestly, probably him. But
We all in
Probably.
agreement?
Yeah, I'd say Gareth did because he stuck to the plan.
I still want to give an honorable mention to Hudson though, because yeah, I did see a lot of
There was some development
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
yeah, there was definitely development.
I like
and-
how
absolutely.
consistent his character is being.
Yeah.
Where like things that's happened in the past are affecting him. You've been bringing that up in conversation a lot, and that's really interesting. I like the way you run that. But since everybody's voted on Gareth, we'll give Gareth the extra adventure point today.
All right.
though, Liz, I appreciate the thought.
Yeah.
I'm trying.
No,
Yeah,
you're doing
no,
great.
Whereas
Hudson
we got
Ethan, you get one deducted for killing. I'm kidding.
so this might
remember when we did that Green Hornet podcast and we had that little
Yep.
thing for Kato gets to do something.
Yo!
That's what happened with Gareth in this.
Wait, hold on. We have a thing for this.
Gareth does something useful.
All right. Fantastic. Okay, so thanks everybody for watching, and I think we had a great time tonight. Looking forward to next week. There's going to be a big adventure. This has kind of been a lot of what we've done so far is testing the waters. I've had this adventure cooking on the back burner for weeks now. So
months.
yeah, a couple months now. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
This is session 8. So yeah, a couple months I've been planning this. So it's going to get very interesting. We're going to have some fun. I'm planning to do some fun things with Gareth's character because the clanner is going to meet other clanners and hijinks will ensue. And
Especially because we're dealing with the wolves here.
even and
Right.
to be clear, these guys have no idea what I have planned. They think they know, but they have no clue.
Zach, I raised Zach's leadership. Was able up from 1 to 2.
Okay.
That's fair.
I'm buying my gunnery up.
Nice. Okay.
I've been increasing my gunnery and piloting. They're actually not bad now. I just haven't had much chance to use them.
Yeah, and it looks like Susquehanna is technically Ghost Bear, but you know what? I hate the wolves more, so you guys are going to be taking them from Clan Wolf.
Yeah.
Ghost Bear wouldn't have pulled
We've
this
already-
move
we've
because they
already
like
established
families.
This is alternate history anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ghost Bear wouldn't have pulled this move because they actually understand families.
They would, wouldn't they?
So for the sake of this, we're just going to say that's what it is. But anyway, thanks everyone for watching, and we will catch you guys, God willing, next week. So
Yep.
I will see all of you guys hopefully then. I'm so glad you guys keep tuning in every week. Sorry about the technical difficulties earlier, but hey, I pay money for internet, so it's not like it should work or anything, you know? It's whatever.
Same mech time, same mech
Not
channel.
that I feel strongly about it or anything.
No.
All right, have a good night, folks. Until next time, it's Mage Leader and Mage Squadron signing off.
Peace.